This is the D-Generation CLIX podcast. Here are your hosts, Ryan Redmond, Miles Kane, and Daniel Schwab.
Welcome back to the D-Generation CLIX podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as usual, are Miles. What's up, Miles?
Doing pretty good. It's a good Tuesday for sure.
Awesome. Dan, how's your week been?
It's all right this week.
That's better than last week. Pete, what's up with you?
So my wife asked me, what are you doing on Tuesday nights that you're spending all your time in the garage? And I had to tell her I was on a HeroClix podcast, and she stared at me for 5 solid minutes and asked me to explain it. And I said, we're kind of like a cult, but more like a fan club. So that's how this week's going.
And that's what you left it at? You didn't tell her anything else you're doing in there?
No, I figured that was enough. She didn't even know anything else.
Okay. Well, this episode, we're going to go over the CURs for the new Deadpool Weapon X sets, and then we do have some updates for our July event after that. So let's get into the set review. First, we have 001 Wolverine. He has the Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men martial arts keywords. He's 50 points. He has on his top dial Charge with an 8 speed, a 12 special attack power, 18 toughness, and a 3 perplex. His special damage or special attack power that he has on all 6 clicks is Blades, Claws, Fangs, and when Wolverine uses it, after resolutions, deal an opposing character adjacent to either Wolverine or the hit target damage equal to half the result. So that would work either whoever is adjacent to him, meaning the same person that he hits, or anyone adjacent to him, or the hit target. So he's probably something you're only playing in sealed, unless there's something else you guys are seeing with this one.
Pulp. I think something could happen in Pulp, potentially, with a few of the changes. He's solid for 50 points. So that's, but you're not going to choose him.
Yeah, he's a great 50 points, honestly. A 50-point attacker close up.
Yeah.
I think Pulp definitely sealed for sure. Charge 12, that power, 18 toughness with a perplex. So you're either hitting with a 13 or you're trying to hit a 19 in sealed or in Pulp, and that's pretty darn good. So no, I think he's great. And I love the sculpt. That's a classic cover sculpt, so I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So.
And anything that does damage is good.
This is the first time they've used this sculpt, right?
Yeah, it's a new one.
The only thing I don't like is that they gave him the X-Force keyword. They're doing sculpts that are based off of certain storylines. I don't think you need to add every keyword. And X-Force is, especially this era, they could have done without that, and I would have been fine. I'd like to see that more often with them actually going in and giving the correct keywords instead of just throwing on keywords.
They've been a lot more generous lately, I think.
I think I'm okay with them giving out more keywords for characters they don't make often. Then give them all the keywords, But for
for sure, figures like Wolverine, where you're going to have at least one every Marvel set, pretty much.
I think there's only 2 in here, right?
Only 2?
Yeah,
okay.
Just 2. Yeah.
This feels like Wolverine, though.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm happy with it. And I actually, my reading a comic started with the brown suit, not the yellow suit. So I had to go back and find that. So this is a classic Wolverine to me.
Yeah, and I played him in the sealed event at Huntington's, and he put in work for sure.
Well, I'd like to see X-Men have a place in Pulp. So if this is the piece that makes it happen, then great.
You mean besides the swap shenanigans, and then what is I guess current X-Men?
No, actual Pulp though, where it's actual team that you would build. Not keyword or keyword cheating or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, for 50 points, not bad for the lower stuff. Miles, you want to take Deadpool?
Yeah. So next we have the 002 Deadpool. He is 7 clicks long. He's 70 points. Team player has the Deadpool core, Weapon X, X-Men, Assassin, Soldier, Spy keyword. He has one trait. He starts with 8, 11, 18, 2 with charge, blades, senses, and exploit. And he has that combo of powers for first 4 clicks. And then his last 3 is sidestep, combat reflexes, close combat expert, and precision strike for his last 3, which is, not too bad. His trait is unkillable mercenary. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6 and place it on this card, replacing any other die on this card. Regeneration, when Deadpool uses it, if there's a d6 on this card, he may use that d6 as the result instead of rolling. If he does, remove that d6 from his card. I understand that he's a common, but for 70 points, it'd be cool for him to be able to have free regen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if it was free regen, if he took damage or something, like, okay.
Yeah, something like that, just because it's like, you're using that die. He's 70 points. I understand he's a common. But I would have really liked to see that. This is, I'm guessing, supposed to be the first appearance Deadpool based off of the sculpt and what the back of the card says. It's a generic Deadpool dial. I mean, Deadpool only does so much. He's not quite as versatile as Wolverine is. He just does one thing, and that's it. So I think this is a very good.
I think he got the shaft though in this set a lot, and this is just like an example of that.
Yeah, they didn't really make a baller Deadpool, at least from I remember these figures. They didn't really make like a super baller Deadpool. I'm like, I would play that.
We really haven't got like that great of a Deadpool ever, which is really surprising with how many Ultra Chases he's had already. And I mean, this is technically his 3rd set.
Right.
And, there's no definitive Deadpool yet, and that's crazy to say. I know that his power set and everything is very cookie cutter, but they could have done a lot better with him. And I think that if they would have gave him free regen, like if him or a friendly character took damage since your last turn, I think that would have actually made him really playable, especially in Pulp, because they're trying to, you can't say, well, that's too powerful, because you can already look at other figures in Pulp that just do too much.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's a close attacker. You have Deadpool, who's the unkillable mercenary. So I get Wolverine's a close attacker. So Wolverine uses claws, whatever else. This is Deadpool, so he's got every gun known to man.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
this is he's got 0 range. Come on.
No guns in HeroClix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little interesting too, that he only had his 0 range. Because he's a mercenary. That's
Mm-hmm. And I'm used to. Has anyone here played the old Deadpool game, like the video game?
No, there's a Deadpool game.
There's a Deadpool video game, and it is amazing. It's made by High Moon Studios, I think. Yeah, you should try it. It's a lot of fun. And he literally has every gun known to man. So I'm very surprised at how many Deadpools we got that just don't have good range based powers.
Sounds like I've got something to do this weekend.
There you go, Pete. There you go.
Yeah.
He just needed the free regen. Dan, do you want to take the 03 Wolverine?
Sure. So this one I really like, but it's just because he has the gimmick that I enjoy. So he's 003, he's 70 points, he's 6 clicks long, he starts with charge and invuln he has no damage power and no attack power for the first 2 clicks. And his second clicks 3 and 4 are sidestep, precision, and super senses, and then his last 3 are stealth, steel energy, and invincible, and he got 4 damage on his last 2 clicks. His trait is free, roll a d6, Wolverine can use the resulting effect until your next turn. 1 is Battle Fury, 2 is Reflexes, 3 is Blades Claws, 4 is Regen is free, 5 is Flurry, 6 is choose any of the other results. So basically you can just get all of the other results if you roll a 6. He has Team Player and X-Men, which is good. This is the Wolverine that I know, more or less, just in normal clothes and with the hat. That's what I'm used to, I guess, but that was where I stepped in. I guess it was the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, so.
I think this is supposed to be right after he got the adamantium torn out, right?
Oh, this is right. This is during the Fatal Attraction storyline where Magneto tore his adamantium out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why his hands are all bandaged. But yeah, this is right before he became the Bone Claw Wolverine, where he was feral and all that.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, I mean, I like the piece because the single D6 gimmick is funny because I'll probably land on the 6 more times than not, and that'll be fun to just have him have all of his powers. But I don't really think he's good enough for anything. 70 points is a lot, and he can probably get chewed through pretty quickly.
Well, he's a gambling piece, so Pensai automatically destroys him unless you're hitting those numbers. And if Dan plays it, it's always a 5 or 6. So he at least has Flurry most of the time if Dan plays it. If I have played it, he has Battle Fury the whole time. So I like him. I like the sculpt. I think it's a cool idea. The gambler in me really likes the idea, but I put that on the table and that piece is dead turn 2 like 9 out of 10 times.
Thanks for 70 points.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's decent. Yeah, nothing special. I don't know why they made him 70. I think that was a little bit too much.
Yeah, for a piece that you can't
Yeah,
really
the other
plan out what
guy
he's going to do.
They put too much value in that die roll. They think that everyone's going to be like Dan and rolls of 6.
Well, without giving him like a special die that's in this set, like the other guy at 50, like you feel a lot more secure in that at 50 points. In this
Oh yeah, exactly. You're like, I'd play the 01 of Wolverine over this guy. I just would play this guy because I like to gamble. That's literally it. I'm like, oh cool, I can throw a single D6 on the board and see what happens. Sure.
Yeah, unless you're D6 Daniel, and then you're not actually gambling ever. So it's fine. It is what it is.
All right, well, next we have 004.
Here's a nice piece of shit.
Lady Mastermind. You want to take that one, Pete?
The only thing I can say about this piece is I have a signed one from Scott Porter thanks to Miles and Redmond in my basement. This, I mean, come on. Like, there's nothing redeeming here. So,
she's literally
7 speed, precision strike, 17 mastermind with
2 damage
enhancement for 40 points with bad keywords. Like somebody came in hung over that day and said I need to make a HeroClix piece and this is what you got. That's my only explanation for this.
You have new players and you're an experienced player, so you put Lady Mastermind on your team because you like playing hard mode. That's the only time she'll ever see field. Other than that, she'll be in a display case if she's signed. If not, then I don't know.
Nope, sorry, can't sell me on this one.
Yeah. No, I tried. Like that's what you just don't want to. You don't want to beat new players, so you feel bad. So you put Lady Mastermind on it, so they can beat you, and you don't feel bad because you played Lady Mastermind.
That's fair. That is something that I would do when I play Pete.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next is 005 Black Widow. She's got the Avengers team ability, Avengers, Assassin, Martial Artist, Soldier, Spy keywords. She's got the Hot Shots trait, the Best Avenger. So there's a lot of Hot Shots in the set, or with that trait. The keyword doesn't exist, but they are all assassins, so you can get them on an assassin theme team. Her Hot Shots trait is when Black Widow hits, after resolutions, give her a Hot Shots token. Friendly characters with a Hot Shots trait have free remove a Hot Shots token from this character to generate a smoke terrain marker in their square. At the beginning of your next turn, remove that marker, even if this is lost. So she's only 25 points. She's 4 range with 3 bolts, and her dial is the same powers all the way down. She starts with a 6 stealth, 11 in-cap, 18 combat reflexes, and 3 exploit weakness, and then gets KO'd on click 5. For 25 points, not bad at all. I don't really think her Hot Shots trait's that great, though, so you're probably giving those Hot Shots tokens to other people, or using other people's traits on them. But overall, 25 points, it's really not bad. She's probably worth playing in what, Pulp and Sealed for sure, and then for fun if you're doing Assassin or Casual for sure.
I think even in Modern, if you're one of those budget players, I think her at 25 points, if you give her a Motorcycle or a Hell Cycle, she's a decent attacker, and you don't feel too bad if you lose 40 points because of what she can do. But you're not going to ever be reaching for her unless, like I said, no specifics. I think that she's really good for 25 points, especially if you can get her a movement attack, and I think that's worth the 15 points. Am I going to do it? No. But
well, if you're not doing it, no one's doing it.
This is touche.
Well, I think when you build, there's always like you get to the point in the team where you're like, well, I can't fit this on, I can't fit anything else on. So what do I do with these points left? And I think she's got nice keywords, and I've really come around on her. Like 4 range, triple targets. Not terrible. I hate the lack of a movement attack, but she does a lot of other things. So I think for 25 points, she's reasonable, and we're still in the commons. So, like, what do you want from a common slot that this one's not doing?
Oh yeah, common for 25 points, not bad at all with that.
No,
I mean, we just had Lady Mastermind, so let's just start and stop
just
there.
look at their dials and say, how is Lady Mastermind worth 15 more points in this figure?
That's absolutely true.
That's why it's like you play her in a cycle over Lady Mastermind, like easily.
Absolutely.
Like that's the worst 40 points of the game.
Every time.
Yeah.
Of a piece.
Oh yeah, if that's your comparison, well, yeah, that's obviously who we're picking.
But I like the fact that they didn't add the hot shots as a keyword. They made it a trait for them and kept it as assassin, to where you're going to be able to play them on other themes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is really
nice. Miles, you want to get Diamondback?
Yeah, next we have the next hot shot is Diamondback. She's 45 points. Her keywords are Shield, Serpent Society, and Assassin. She has a trait, the Hot Shots Demolitions. When Diamondback hits, after resolutions, you give her a Hot Shots token. Friendly characters with the Hot Shots trait has free, remove a Hot Shot token from this character. If you do this turn, this character can use improved targeting, destroy blocking. She starts off with Running Shot, Energy Explosion, Toughness, 8, 12, 18, 3. Her attack doesn't go down until the last click to a 10. That's really good. She has 3 damage throughout her entire dial, 5 range, and then she has 5 clicks.
So yeah, I actually like her hot shot trait quite a bit.
Yeah,
because it destroys blocking. You only 1 square, but that's not bad.
No,
I think she's
it's
decent
a
addition.
lot more useful than Black Widows, but I mean, yeah, she's hitting. She has a 9 square reach, 12 attack, energy explosion, or she can do 3 damage. Like that's pretty decent. Assassins is in need of a lot of attackers. I wish that it wasn't just with the hot shots trait. I wish that you could free remove a hot shots token from this character. If you do, give it to like an adjacent friendly character. I think that would have made her a lot more playable. Like I understand they want to try and do all these hot shot things, but it'd be nice to see the hot shots actually work with other people
that didn't hit yet.
Yeah. Instead of just hot shots.
Yeah. I like her in for sealed for sure. Just being able to open up the way with that improved targeting is pretty big, honestly. 45 points isn't bad for that dial.
Yeah.
For a common again.
12 attack, 3 damage, and sealed is huge.
Next we have 007 Iceman going to town on a vanilla ice cream cone. Dan, do you want to take that one?
That was the read-in, huh? Okay. So he's 30 points. He's 4 clicks long. He's got the Champions, Defenders, Marauders, X-Factor, X-Men keywords. He's got Defenders and X-Men TAs. He's got 2 clicks of Running Shot, In-Cap, ESD, and Enhancement, and then 2 clicks of Sidestep, Pulse Wave, Regen, and Support. He's 5 range with 3 bolts, and he's got a pretty good trait, which is a unique modifier. Other friendly characters that can't use special powers modify attack +1. So if you just have characters that just have just a bunch of standard powers, that's good. I mean, just free modify attack +1 is quite nice. His keywords aren't great, but I mean, you could just go non-theme with him if you wanted to. So,
I think X-Men, there's a lot of figures with X-Men in Modern, especially for Pulp, that can benefit from that, and I think he's the piece that is going to be on the team if you're going to make X-Men work in Pulp.
Right.
That +1 attack he's like the Pulp Porter.
Yeah, no, it's very good, yeah.
So good.
There's a ton of pieces, too, that just have like a bunch of traits that are still really good because of the traits, but they actually just have regular powers and no special powers.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The Wolverine.
He makes every team with his keyword in Pulp. Every team with his keyword in Pulp. And he should make every non-theme team, honestly, even in the Modern, he should make. Right?
Yeah, for 30 points in enhancement.
Yeah.
Well,
powers for sure.
I mean, I don't know, just because of the fact that the porters do exist, but I definitely think he's worth a look.
He's a budget porter, so not a lot. I mean, luckily though, I think White Shirt's still on the WizKids shop, but if it does sell out and you're like, I can't afford that, you have Iceman, who's a poor man's quarter, and
Or use
wouldn't
both.
frown upon
I'm just
you. Yeah.
I'm just glad WizKids made him unique, because if you read it and it's not unique, you're just like, well, that's 90 points of most builds now. Like it's
Yeah.
just right. Like, come on, that's stupid. So yeah, it's a great piece. Miles
It's
really
great
sold
that
me
it's
on it.
a unique modifier, but like the Grand Prize APOC with his rollout is not. I don't understand that.
No, I'm with you.
Then we have Cannonball.
Next piece is Cannonball.
Yeah.
Next piece is good old Cannonball in the classic X-Force outfit, which makes me happy. So this is going to be 008 Cannonball. He's got a trait Defend, Force Blast. Force Blast is free, which Redmond will destroy me with somehow, but only if Cannonball moved at least one square this turn. He's got improved movement through HeroClix spaces, and he's at 8, 11, 19, and 3 for 55 points. I think he is interesting. 19 Defend. 19 Defend is something, right?
Yeah.
Especially sealed and in pulp. 19 Defend is a good place to start. He's got toughness, and he's a reasonable attacker with charge. And
Or when he
11
goes to
attack.
Iceman, because he doesn't have any special powers.
Yeah.
And do they share a keyword?
They know they do. X-Men for sure.
Yeah, there we go.
And he's got flight,
And
so he
you
can
get-
carry somebody up too and give him that 19 defend.
And you got Samuel Guthrie with the classic like aviator glasses on his outfit, even though he could not be hurt when he was blasting, so I never understood why he had to protect his eyes, but here we are. Comics are comics. So.
90s, it looked cool on the page. Like that's all that's important.
Knowing Redmond, he'll probably put the shot gauntlets on him, run him up, be able to force blast you in whatever direction he chooses, and then just put you into a kill box, and then you're like, oh, that's why. Okay.
I think there's like an episode here eventually for like, tell us how Redmond hurt you during HeroClix games. Like that's a whole episode, right?
I can probably fill a decent amount of time.
See, he never even hurt me with that trick. It was just so mesmerizing watching him pin Dalton into a wall with force blast and knockback. I was like, oh, I'm not going over there.
But this is like what I was really hoping out of this set is a lot of just 90s nostalgic pieces. So this is like the start of that, and they have not made. I don't think this version in the purple, have they? Or if they did, it's been a really long time.
No, we've never seen this Cannonball.
I love it. I mean, honestly, like, so we all agree kind of HeroClix is trying to move to smaller maps and less range and like things like that. And this is a good piece for that. Like, it's a fun piece. Like 8 charge, you can flight, 19 defend. Like, you're not unhappy with this piece. Even if you pull it in sealed, you're like, oh, I could make use of this.
Yeah,
so I think it's cool.
And again, still in the common slots, so not bad.
100%.
Next is 009 Richter. He's 60 points. New Mutants, X Factor, X Force, X-Men Detective. He's got one trait, which is Quake. When Richter uses it, he deals 3 damage instead of 2. Not bad. He's 60 points. He starts with Sidestep, 7 speed, TK, 11 attack, and 18 barrier, and then naked 3 damage. Again, someone else that's going to benefit from Iceman. He has gotten the improved movement blocking as well. He takes 4 damage. He's going to go to Force Blast, Pulse Wave, Combat Reflexes, and Close Combat Expert. So your opponent might think twice about hitting him for 4 more damage, because that's not something you really want to leave him on. But I'm not a fan of the actual sculpt and the uniform. I'm a big fan, again, of the 90s stuff, so I was really hoping that he was going to have that. And they just made... Huh?
You don't like the mullet?
It's not even the mullet. He can have the mullet, but he needs the 90s outfit that he had, like with like the jacket and the boots and all that stuff. That's what I really wanted to see out of this. But it's a little bit different. I really liked I think it was the House of X one. That one was a great Richter. So I know this is a common versus a super rare.
That was a super rare, right?
Yeah, right. So I mean, it's this one's still kind of neat. Does the 3 damage Quake and everything, but I would have liked to see him do just a little bit more, because I kind of like the character. It's kind of neat. Either him or Avalanche.
They missed a huge opportunity giving him all the pouches, the shoulder pads, the handkerchief around the neck.
I want my 90s.
That
Yes, the
would've
classic
been
Lee Field. The classic
Oh,
Lee
the
Field
Lee
thing.
Field.
If there's a pouch,
Yeah.
there's a pouch for a pouch and a pouch and no feet. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm familiar. I don't know. 60 points. He's weird. Like barrier, TK,
I mean,
sidestep.
I
Then
like
you
if he
go to
had,
like a pulse wave piece.
yeah, if he had like charge or something, I don't know. Like I'd be a little more apt to be like cool. Like I like the sidestep TK barrier. Like it's like, and he goes through blocking, so that's kind of cool. But I'm like I just, especially with the traded Quake, I'm like I don't understand how we're doing this here. Like it feels like they went in too many different directions, and I don't know.
Yeah, they want him to be a support piece, but like in case, but that's what I like about him is that he does have support. There's a sidestep TK barrier, and
Yeah,
then if they are close, you can sidestep and Quake. Giant Reach would have been cool.
that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Like give him like a giant reach or something.
I mean,
Yeah,
once again, we're still in the commons, so
yeah.
it's
Or like
He's still
the Dan was talking about the Quake from what set was that? Captain America and the Avengers, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where she can choose a square within her range and then be like Quake as if she occupied that square.
That would have been great if he would have had that. That would have been really good.
I hope that when they make Avalanche, which I can't believe we have not seen Avalanche in so long, that's what he gets because
Yes,
that is such an Avalanche power.
yes, we
I have
definitely
no
need an
idea
Avalanche.
why we haven't.
He was X DPS, I think was the last
Was the
time we
last
saw
one?
him.
Yeah, I've played him a handful of times and he gets smoked pretty quick, but it doesn't stop me from playing him again in a few months.
He was
He's-
a must play when he first came out from Clobbering Time, which was interesting.
What did he
he's
do?
7 clicks for 60 points. He always has Quake, and he does
Avalanche?
3 damage instead of 2.
Avalanche?
No, this Richter.
Barrier.
I want to talk about Avalanche.
No,
now.
Richter.
I'm just
Oh
kidding.
no! I'm talking about Richter, so I'm still going back to Richter. So he always has Quake his whole dial, and then you get to click 4, and he's a nightmare up close. Pulse wave 19, rolling 12 for 3. Like I don't know. Like he's the piece I'm going to put on the board, and he's going to get killed turn 3 or turn 2. But there's something weird there that I feel like if you can equip him or something, like he's not terrible. Like we talk about motorcycles and stuff all the time. Like there's a lot there, right? Like 7 clicks for 60 points, but those powers is good.
Have that
Yeah.
one game where he just puts out, and then just like, whoa, like that's what I want the figure to do. He'll have that one game out of 4, which is totally worth it.
Yeah. Then you talk about mullets.
Yeah, mullet is fine.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not mad about pulling this one in sealed though in my booster. Again, just the common. We're only on 9, so
Yeah, and then next for 010 is a Copycat. She's 40 points.
redeem
New
her.
Mutants, Weapon X, X-Force, Assassin, Celebrity, and Spy. She's a trait. She starts out with Stealth, Precision Strike, Willpower, and Exploit Weakness. It's 710, 17, 2. And then her last 2 clicks are Flurry, Blades, and Regen with 9 attack. She also has the trait Shape Change Sidestep, and when she uses Shape Change and succeeds, you choose a standard power the attacking character can use. Copycat can use the chosen power until she chooses again. I was really hoping for Rob Liefeld's been throughout this entire common thing. So Rob Liefeld introduced us to Domino, and it turned out that it wasn't Domino, it was actually Copycat. So it would have been really cool that keep the Copycat powers, but to have like a super early 90s Domino sculpt to give it for the common uncommons instead of this horrible blue, white hair, green outfit. Because I loved the original Domino, and when I found out she was Copycat, I was like, this is amazing. So I was just disappointed that it would have been really cool just to see a Domino Copycat sculpt.
The only person this piece works for is Dan. Like you hit Shape Change, he tells you your best friends, and then he's taking a power, and all of a sudden you're like, what is this bullcrap piece doing to me now? It's got sidestep and what? Flurry? It's got sidestep and what? Pulse wave? Like, come on. That's the only person this piece works for. I would never put this piece on the table willingly.
Gives her the mirror of my soul.
No, I don't even. I don't.
On 3-6.
I don't need the mirror.
No,
It's
I said
fine.
you don't. It's everybody else needs a player with that. So for sure.
Well, but wait, it wouldn't work, right? Because she has to use shape change from this part of the power, right? So, or am I misunderstanding how that works now? That even if you
Oh
have,
yeah, there's an interesting thing.
as I'm pretty sure
I
she
think
has
it
to use
has to
shape.
come from the source, no matter how
Yeah.
it's worded
It
now.
has to come from this,
Yeah.
so you have to choose to use that shape change. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, so
Yeah.
you would need you wouldn't be able to use the mirror and get the 3 through 6, and then suddenly have a extra handy little power there.
Yeah. You got to give her scroll team ability, and that would help.
There you go. That's a little better.
The only thing I can say about this is it's the same point cost as Lady Mastermind. And that's what I'm going to leave it at.
Hey, she's better than Lady Mastermind.
That
at
makes her
least.
sound so much better now.
Yeah, 100%. Better than Lady Mastermind for the same point cost, absolutely. But she's still a
So we have
giant.
Sky Pirate that set the bar for 50 points, and we have Lady Mastermind that set the bar for 40 points.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Lady Mastermind didn't set the bar for 20 points. Like, that piece is
If
tough.
she didn't set the bar, she is the bar. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But the next one is Jeff the Land Shark. So he is 25 points. He's tiny. He's a dolphin. He's got a bunch of keywords. So aim, Avengers, Deadpool, core, animal, assassin, marksman, monster. So he can't come with the trick arrows, but it's just funny. He has marksman. He's got a trait and a special damage power. He's got the damage power, his whole dial. He's sidestep, blades, and toughness, and the damage power. The damage power is shape change. And then Force Blast is free, but only if Jeff the Land Shark occupies water terrain. When Jeff the Land Shark uses it, he may knock back larger characters. I really like that. Just being able to walk up a piece and be like, I'm going to push you away is quite nice. And then his trait is free if Jeff the Land Shark is adjacent to a friendly character that shares a keyword with him, generate a pizza object. And pizza objects aren't bad. I think you can use them to heal just for free, right? If you have a pizza object. So
yeah, you just take a free action to heal a cliff.
Yeah. So it's not bad. I mean, he's 25 points, so I really like this quite a bit actually. Like I would play this. I think he has a place in modern for 25 points. Like because what is it? The Frogman, right? Like he's not the same, but he still does something similar, and I like that quite a bit. So and he
works with APOC and Genesis because he gets the rollout, so it just makes him that much more annoying.
I know, but only for another 6 months, and then they're out. So
yeah, but we're still in modern, so it's like we still have worlds coming up and everything. So
I know, but I think for
that.
I've played this guy a handful of times. He's actually really good. Those pizza objects. Oliver played him yesterday too, and he worked out really well. Those pizza objects are just awesome. Just being able to generate that if you're adjacent, and then sidestep, running shot, charge, whatever to pick one up, and now you just have free heal one click. So another 25 points. That's better than 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he can still hide in the water too. He's got the dolphin symbol. I don't know if Dan mentioned that. So tiny. Yeah, really, I like him a lot actually. At 25 points, he's played really well.
He's a great piece. Like Oliver's played him literally every week I've played Oliver, which I feel like is most. Somehow it's always Oliver and I, so we have a nice rivalry going. Like for 25 points, he does so much. So you have to kill Jeff the Land Shark. So you're thinking attacks into Jeff the Land Shark, and you're like, why am I attacking this piece at 25 points? And then occasionally, because it's a Blade's piece, all of a sudden he's ripping through you for 5. So you're like, that's why I attack him, right? So he's great, man. 25 points, and we're in 11 of the common. So I think he's really good. I think his keywords are good. So I think he's a great piece.
I think he said yesterday he took out a rhino from Superman or Spider-Man Beyond Amazing with the blades roll on him with Jeff.
Yes, he did.
He's a piece that
I was
looks
sitting
good.
next to him and when he went through. He hit Rhino for 5, and so the other guy that's playing him, like Oliver. So Oliver's 7, and the other guy, nice guy, great guy, is learning to play HeroClix. And so Oliver's explaining the game. So it was a really weird game to sit next to, because Oliver would look over and ask a lot of questions. I'm like, no, you're right, you're not right, or whatever. And he took that poor guy to the woodshed so quickly. And you always want to encourage new players. So after he got done, and I'm like, yeah, man. So I didn't want to tell him, you got your ass kicked by a 7-year-old, but you should probably read the cards because this is what all this stuff do. Oh, okay. It's a better team than I thought. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good team. It's 500 points. But I watched him take apart his team with Jeff the Landshark a couple
Right.
of times, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, he looks good, and he honestly plays really good. So I like this piece quite a bit, actually.
He also has a hilarious real name. So
Yes.
Do you want to share that with us?
yeah, sure. It's Jeffrey, the first of his name of the former.
Staten Island. It's
Yeah.
of the former Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Pete, we got
number 12
more
is Sunspot.
90s goodness.
More 90s.
Oh, yes.
So here's the piece I feel I have a lot of feelings about, right? Like, so Sunspot, number 12, you went on to greatness with the Avengers. You got great keywords: AIM, Avengers, New Mutants, X-Force, X-Men, Celebrity Scientist. Traded ESD, traded toughness. So that's good. You're reducing, you're really hard to hit. Man, this is a piece that I drop on the table 10 out of 10 times during sealed. Because I need that running shot pulse wave, 80 points top dial without wit. Let's go, baby!
Yeah.
Let's
You
do
go
it.
full point. You
Yeah,
play
yeah,
him at
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the funny thing is, I might just hit somebody for 4, and depending on like how many targets I can get with Pulse Wave. But like, he's also just got 4 damage top dial, so I'm like, I might just shoot somebody for 4 instead.
What's
Yeah,
weird is he's like a few of the figures that we've already seen, except he has a lower dial where his powers change.
But I also
So
like his low dial too.
He's
No,
great
no,
low
Richter
dial.
didn't have a split dial because
No,
he's built the same way, and
Yeah. I feel like Richard
He's
should
great
have
low dial. Charge, poison,
willpower.
willpower, and leadership for 45 with those
yeah.
keywords. He's
I
great
dig
low
it.
dial.
Mhm.
Pulp?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Iceman? Sounds good. Let's do that. Like, he's great.
Well, the
He's
thing was,
good.
I used to play the old Empire Sunspot like all the time. So this is like, oh, I could. He's something that I would pick up to play.
Low points isn't
Yeah,
bad,
I-
but 100% of the time I'm
his
playing
full
them
is
at full.
100% why I'm playing.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm playing Sunspot, most likely on X-Force, it's going to be full point running shot pulse wave for sure.
Yeah.
Pulse wave solves a lot of problems. So I'm 100% like not even mad about the 80 points, and then we'll see what happens. So
That is Pete's catchphrase, everybody. Pulse Wave solves problems.
it does. It does.
Next, we have 013 Multiple Man. He's got the team player team ability, Hydra, X-Corp, X-Factor, X-Men, Detective, Police, and Spy. He has one trait, which is do the math. Free, if Multiple Man began your turn on the map, roll a d6. 4 through 6 generate a Multiple Man from your KO area. The same one, 0, 1, 3. So that is a free action. So even though it's only a 4 through 6, you can still, everyone on the map could activate it, right? So you could actually get quite a bit on the board. Yeah, they do have to die first, but however many you want to start with, they're only 10 points. For 3 clicks, you get a 5 sidestep, 10 attack, 18 mastermind, and 2 empower. So similar with other multiple men, they kind of get stronger the closer they are together. So not bad to do. And again, with Iceman, you could be an 11 attack, and then you're hitting. Pulp is what is it though? So actually, this guy would not work in Pulp because you'd have to start him on your force. Because Pulp is
exactly.
Highlander, right?
Yeah.
So that part's unfortunate.
I had a completely different thought about this guy. Was I will just see Harris play him because he has Detective, and that means that he can then plop this guy next to World's Finest, and World's Finest can just hit you for 6 for 60 points instead of 5.
Yeah,
So,
and then, that's not bad. My only, I don't know, my complaint with him though is the same with a couple of them, is that I just wanted to see that 90s costume, so I wanted him to have a trench coat, and that's about it. But 10 points, not bad for 3 clicks. He's a fun multiple man for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really dropped the ball by not having any of the old school X Factor figures.
Well, we had the trench coat multiple man. I think the last couple times, did we not? That's the only thing. That's the only reason.
But it was a different. I'm trying to think. The 90s one I think had like a blue uniform under the trench coat, right?
Okay.
Yep.
And he had like a green and no like headpiece or whatever. I'm trying to think of what he looked like, but
I got you.
yeah, there's definitely a very specific, unique 90s look he had, and it was not that.
There's something here in the right format with what he does for the right player. I mean, that's a good multiple man at 10 points, right? Like, that's what you're looking for. So, I don't know. I'll play him. He'll never work for me, but somebody else smarter than me can figure it out. So,
Yeah, he has Hydra team ability. Next, speaking of Hydra, for 014, we have Hydra Agent, which is Hydra Soldier Spy. 15 points. 3 clicks long. He starts with Charge, Blades, and Combat Reflexes. His last 2 clicks are Charge, Combat Reflexes, and Power. He has a trait, which I'm very disappointed it wasn't an expendable goon trait, but I understand why. For all characters with this trait, when Hydra Agent or another friendly character with the Hydra keyword is KO'd, after resolutions, roll a d6. 4 through 6 generate up to 2 characters named Hydra Agent of 15 points or less on their starting click adjacent to a friendly character with the Hydra keyword. So the interesting thing with the way this is worded is that this is now our 3rd modern Hydra Agent currently. So it just says generate 2 characters named Hydra Agent, 15 points or less. So you can generate any of those 3, which I like. But I really wish it was an expendable game.
It doesn't reference the
set number or anything. Yeah.
No, expendable goon trait would have made him just really good, I think. And then you can turn any Hydra piece, 50-50 chance of turning any Hydra piece that gets KO'd into 2 running shot pulse wave pieces. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I'm not a huge fan of the sculpt because you can just see they just resculpt Bob. But I guess you can only do the same Hydra Agent sculpt so many times.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's fine. Like I get that it's not great because you're like, oh, it's literally Bob, but a more generic version of Bob.
Mm-hmm.
He's 15 points. You just keep him in the back, and then you just spawn running shot pulse wave pieces, and that's about it. He goes on a Hydra team, and that's all.
What's nice is it's adjacent to a friendly character, so it just says when he is KO'd. So it doesn't even have to be for an opposing effect. So you can have him be KO'd and then generate 2 of them adjacent to someone all the way across the map.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's probably going to take a lot to, figure out. I could probably figure it out pretty quick based off placement, but I mean, the fact that it doesn't require an opposing attack, you can actually work around that, especially with only being 3 clicks. So, yeah, I do like him.
All right. Well, next is the Deadpool robot, and he's got 75 points. He's got Shield, Weapon X, Future Robot. He's just like his dial just switches every other click. So he's either a Charge, Blades, Toughness, Range Combat Expert. He has 4 range, or he's a Stealth, Steel Energy, Regen, and Outwit. And then his back end is then Running Shot, Precision, Combat Reflexes, and Close Combat Expert, or the same all black powers. I just don't like this piece. It just feels like filler that they could have done something else with.
I look at his sculpt or the dial, and it just makes me mad.
I'm like, this is this. I don't know what this was for, but I'm not a fan. That's all I can say.
It seems like a troll move where they made this dial as a troll move.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, that's hilarious. Let's print it.
Deadpool robot could have been cool. It's terrible for 75 points.
Yeah.
If I have to play this in sealed, I'm mad.
No, he sucks. He sucks. The only thing about him is better. He's not Lady Mastermind. There's nothing redeeming about that.
Would play Lady Mastermind over him, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I just do not like him.
I want everybody to notice the timestamp on this podcast to when Redmond pulls his sealed or pre-sealed stuff. That's the decision we're making on live stream.
There's a good chance that I would make that decision.
Yeah. But this next piece, I know people are gonna like.
All right, Pete. Let's hear your take on Timebreaker.
Well, it's not going to be good because I don't understand it. So, Timebreaker's exiles Cosmic Future Pass, calling more workers. Free if another friendly character has not activated the same effect. This turn, generate a Timebreaker and click 1. And then he has a power, choose an adjacent friendly character, choose an adjacent character. So it doesn't have to be friendly. Nope. Place that character up to X squares away from him, from their current square, where X is the number of whatever Timebreakers, and then Timebreakers adjacent to that character. So this is a piece that probably is very important to the meta, and somebody's going to make work really hard, and I'm never going to play. Because I'm not sure how many of them you need to make actually work. 5 or 6.
3 is fine, but that's me.
Oh, you main force 2 because you make your third.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think that you pay more than 10 points for these.
Yeah. So basically, you power action and then you choose whatever is adjacent, like say like Kong, right? Okay, easy choice. And then you place him X number of squares, which would this be like you'd have 3 time breakers next to him, so you place him 3 away, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are like, hey, well, you can just play 8 of them, and that's 40 points, and then you can now move this character 8 squares away. So it all depends on like how you're doing it, but that's their trick is and the thing too is you could walk one up, like I know it's only 5 squares, but you could walk one up, free, generate another one. That one can then take the power action to do the place thing. So you could walk one up.
He's also autonomous, so that's the huge part too.
Is really surprising that they brought that back. Like we haven't seen that in a long time. It's been a bit, and I'm surprised they gave it to him.
I think that the only reason why you want to play 2 of them is because if you're playing like 5 or 6 of them, and you just so happen to be second player, that's a wasted points. These figures are meant to get your alpha up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're
the alpha.
Dead points if you're not able to alpha.
Uh-huh.
That's where I think 2 is going to be the sugar.
But I guarantee you, we're gonna see this piece in Cosmic in July, I think, or August, whichever. I think it's August.
Are 10 of these better than Kong or Blackheart with Kong?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so because you have to go first to benefit from it. If you don't, they're dead and a lot easier than Blackheart.
Why do you think you're seeing these in Cosmic, Dan?
Huh?
Why do you think you're seeing these in Cosmic?
Because they don't our game doesn't have the same hardcore restrictions as like Modern, where you're trying to get that alpha, and like their ability to just place something a certain number of squares away where you don't have to see where you're going is
but you can generate 1, so you only have 2 on the board.
Yeah, but then somebody else could generate the other one, just like Tribbles.
Yeah, and then Ultra Chase Thanos eats all of them.
I like these guys because they are going to encourage actually playing the game and attacking. I still think what was who was one of the exiles? I think it was Evil like Sentry that went back to where they were and just like slaughtered a bunch of these guys, right?
It was Hyperion, King Hyperion.
Hyperion, okay, yeah. So that's what I picture with this. Like they're gonna do a good thing or two, and then they're just giving up a ton of points because they're just going to get slaughtered at the same time. So I think that these guys, a lot of people are saying how they're broken. I think they're going to result in a lot of interactions early on in the game, so I am okay with them until I see that they're broken.
Yeah.
How are they broken?
Because of how far you can yeet a figure.
Yeah, just the alpha.
Yeah, like you can yeet a figure really far if you pay like 40 points and get
small maps.
So I'm sorry, I'm not good at this game. So walk me through this.
It would get broken.
So how are you getting anybody?
So there it's the power action. So you choose an adjacent character and you place that character X squares away from their current square, where X is the number of time breakers adjacent to that character. So if you have like say 6 time breakers adjacent to the character you're choosing, you can just yeet them 6 squares away.
Sure. How are you getting the 6 time breakers?
Because they generate them.
You pay 15 or 25 points for 5 of them, and you generate another one for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I mean, that's 25 points for 6 square TK without having to see where you're going is not bad.
What are you yeeting? Kong?
I mean, you can yeet whatever you want. Carnage Surfer likes them. I mean,
yeah.
So what does
think
Kong
Blackheart's
do
a
to a
bigger
team
problem?
You think
for 50 points. So what does Kong do to a team of them?
Even theme with them. So that's where it's going to be hard. People are going to be playing them unthemed to play them with Kong.
Yeah.
But what you're forgetting about is the bystander actually doesn't break theme, and the bystander generates 2 of them. So I know he's 25 points, but that's where I think these figures are probably not going to be seeing a lot of main force play. I think it's going to be the bystanders. So, yeah, that's.
That
was just.
This feels like a silver problem. We're gonna have to talk to Aaron Morgan about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the keyword stuff on these guys are definitely going to be bigger on silver. Next,
I don't know. I have to see it because like I'm not convinced this is great or terrible or game breaking. Like either way.
Oh, he's absolutely
Like
great.
if you have a bunch of 5-point pieces that I'm going to kill like 2 damage. Sign me up.
Well, just think about the spin ring and how devastating that can be just to kind of spin somebody away 1 square adjacent. That's something that you can easily just do by moving one of these up. It doesn't cost anything.
Exactly, and then you generate the other one, and then you then take the power action with the other one because they're autonomous, and then suddenly they've poofed away 2 squares.
Right.
Yeah, but the spin ring was on a piece. Like there was no penalty for you leaving that piece there. So I'll eat the 5 points most of the time. Like it's still a point-based game most of the time, unless you're playing what we play monthly. And monthly, like you've limited it, like without the ability to generate like 100 of them right away. So okay.
Yeah, I just think that anything that allows you to just suddenly place a figure without having to see where it's going is good. So that's why I'm like, they'll probably see play.
It's not. It's good. It's for sure good. Absolutely, it's gonna see play. That's the point of this. This is a very meta piece. Like they made this for people that want to play this game and do really aggressive things. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's any worse than like Mr. Oz. Or am I completely off base here?
No, and I don't think it's as bad as Blackheart. I still think Blackheart is worse. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blackheart carries up 2 Kongs and drops right on your porch step.
Yeah, and then you can easily get him to have his range is 5, right? So I've played against plenty of them that have a bunch of shield next to him, and now he's got an 8 range that he places a Kong and a Carnage Surfer. So this guy is fine.
Yeah.
We'll see if I still think that in a few months, but as of right now, I think he's fine. Next, we have 017 Wolverine, quite possibly my least favorite Wolverine I've ever seen. He's got Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men, and Brute, X-Men team ability. He has 1 trait, which is Healing Factor, Regeneration. Regeneration is free, but only if Wolverine used the X-Men team ability this turn. So it's a friendly medic Wolverine, which sounds terrible. It is a charge 8 speed with 11 blades, 18 toughness, and 2 empower. So you're always rolling the blades. He gets KO'd on click 7, 60 points. So no thanks.
That's the best thing about him.
What, no thanks? He can just get out of here?
6 clicks for 60 points.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Sure. If you got nothing else in the booster, you're like, maybe heal something. Let's throw it on the table.
Well, and this is the one, too, that has the blue and yellow X-Men uniform. And so, like, you want to play him a couple times, at least, on that whole team with all those uniforms. But this is definitely not the Wolverine I want to play on that. So, yeah, that's, I think, the most disappointing thing about that is that he fits on a team that I want to play, and I don't want to play him. But,
yeah, this is one that I saw, and I'm like, they made one too many Wolverines in this set, and this is
the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They tried, right? They tried. They're like, Wolverine's a healing man. He's a man that heals, so he should heal other people. No, he doesn't. He's Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I hate him too. 60 points.
Next.
Yeah. Let's move on.
So that was it for the commons. We actually have our first uncommon with Wolfie at 018, which is funny because probably the best figure in HeroClix right now actually is the same number. It's 018, and he's also an uncommon, who's also in modern. So that's pretty cool.
Don't even say who it is.
Necron?
I don't even need to. You guys can go ahead and figure it out yourself. I don't need to say any names. Just 018. Wolfie has Exiles, Mojoverse, Weapon X, and X-Men. He has a trait. When he's KO'd, you roll a d6, 4 through 6. Instead of removing him from the map, you may place him adjacent to another friendly character and turn him to click 1. He's still scored. Protected Pulse Wave. He's got 3 clicks, Charge, Blades, Toughness, Battle Fury. He's tiny size, and he's 30 points.
Very
he's
fun.
a don't die piece.
Yeah, not worth giving up 30. Yeah.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, that's the problem.
I like they made Reptile, and Reptile does the same thing, but you don't score him each time. And then they made this guy.
Like, he's not a don't die. He's like, I just die. That's it. What he does. He's a just die.
Yeah.
That's,
15
I'm honestly
toughness.
trying to figure out how this piece causes me problems, and I can't figure it out. So honestly, I would never play it.
I don't think he ever will cause you problems. He gives up
But
30
you know
points
what?
every time he dies. He's 3 clicks deep. He has a 15 defense with toughness. That's just
You know what he's not? Lady Mastermind.
He's definitely better than Lady Mastermind.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd have to look at my
I
boosters
can't
and
say
decide
that I
on the
would
two.
play him over Lady
He
Mastermind.
has move and attack. Lady Mastermind does not. That's just
Yeah, Lady Mastermind has sidestep and enhancement, so at least she can help my team.
wait. No, she
If
has
this
mind
is-
control. She doesn't have sidestep.
Oh, mind control, whatever. She has enhancement. Yeah, mind control. And she has mastermind. So Lady Mastermind is going to mastermind a Wolvie and just give your opponents 30 points.
I'd mastermind that guy right away.
If your options are Lady Mastermind in this piece, that's all you have in your field. Just go home. Go do something else. Enjoy a walk. Like, it's nice outside. Get some vitamin D. Like, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
I hope somebody mulligans because they got like a super, but they wanted to chase, and so they keep mulliganing. And then their pack that they finally end up with after no more mulligans is Wolvie and Lady Mastermind.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
His only redeeming trade is that he's got the Mojo verse keyword, and that's one that I like.
Yes.
And I don't even.
Yeah, we need to make more baby X-Men.
I need X babies.
Is that redeeming?
That's redeeming, absolutely. I'll play Longshot, Dazzler, all them, and Mojo.
Yep, Mojo Verse is this close to being competitive, and Wolvie sucking was the one reason they're not.
Oh man!
If you didn't score him, I would say Mojo versus Modern.
All right,
just like, are we moving on? Please?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, thanks, God.
Let's go down to Mojo World hole.
Yeah, we're gonna go to James Howlett. So this is Wolverine as a kid, if I'm not mistaken, or young adult,
angsty
like
teenager.
Angsty teen. Yeah, there we go. It's like what was that called? Twilight. Yeah, this is what it was. This is what this reminds me of. So he's 40 points. He's got. I think is this the first Wolverine squad we've had yet, or am I? Did we have one earlier? So this is the Wolverine squad. There, this trait will come up a lot in the set. It's when this character rolls a 5 or 6 on a single D6 roll after resolutions, you may heal the friendly character with the Wolverine squad trait 1 click. So not bad. I mean, they roll a lot of single D6s, so I mean that makes sense. And then he's got a special damage power on clicks 1 through 3, which is shape change perplex. He starts as a stealth blades reflexes with the damage power, and then goes to charge blades toughness, and last click has regen, and then battle fury. I know he's 40 points, but I don't really like him, to be fair.
I think he's a good tie-up piece.
I guess he's a tie-up piece that's annoying. Like I can get
heal with
that.
the shape change or the blades, and combat reflexes up close, stealth if you're in hindering. I don't think he's terrible.
No. I guess I wouldn't be super excited if I pulled him in sealed. I'd be like, I can make this work, but
we did set the 40-point bar, so he's above it.
I will say he's better than Lady Mastermind because he has perplex and can actually do something. So that is a plus.
Yeah.
He's better than Lady Mastermind means you're not immediately smashing your booster into 1,000 pieces and walking out mad. So that's good. I was really waiting for Miles to defend this, and Redmond did. So I don't know. There's something there probably I don't see.
Like, that's all that you need to know. Nightgown Wolverine. Okay, that's his name.
Yeah, it's a nightshirt, not a dress.
It's a gown. It's a nightgown.
This is going on a shelf, not signed by Scott Porter. Thanks, Redmond.
This one, did not.
I'm not touching it.
Speaking of signed by Scott Porter.
Yes.
The next figure, 020. Thank you, Ryan, for getting me one of the 2 that were signed by Porter. Is my most anticipated figure, and I plan on playing him in Modern at some point, probably after Worlds. Once I get done with my turn.
1 second.
Yes.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to come back in 20 minutes. You guys are done jerking yourselves over this piece.
I've been waiting for this guy for so long, so I was pretty excited.
You guys enjoy your 20 minutes. I'm going to go find a lot of things to do, and I'll be back.
I'll let Miles start.
Morph. He's got team player. Perfect. If you guys know the character, perfect team ability. He's got Avengers, Exiles, New Mutants, X-Men, and Celebrity. All are perfect. I don't think they missed a single one. He has a trait, Toughness, shape change, but succeeds on a 4 through 6, and when Morph uses and succeeds, he may choose a team ability an opposing character can use until the end of your next turn. He is 75 and 40 points. His 75 line is 8, 11, 18, 3 with Charge, Super Strength, Super Senses, and Prob. And clicks 2 and 3, same speed and attack power. He drops 2, Combat Reflexes, and Perplex. And then click 4 is where his 40-point start line is, and that's 8, 11, 18, 3 with Sidestep, Precision Strike, Senses, and Back to Prob. Gets Perplex his next 2 clicks, and then he ends with Flurry and Prob with his click of Regen. I love this figure.
Yep.
I love this character. There's
And
he's just so good.
That shape
40
change
points.
trait is protected outwit as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's so good. You never play him at 75 points. I know Super Strength sounds good, but in the meta, Precision Strike is huge.
I'll play him at
I
full
think
for
he's
fun all day
full,
long. I love this guy.
Sealed, and competitive. This figure's just good.
For, 35 points, you wouldn't play him for more clicks?
No, because I prefer the Precision Strike.
Okay.
I'd play him with a Cycle instead. Hell Cycle for hypersonic speed or something.
Yeah.
And also with Energy Shield Deflection.
I just like the charge. But, yeah, Precision
I
Strike
do
is
too,
good, and he
but
still
then
has
again,
Prob.
if you like the charge, you still keep the Precision Strike, and I know he gets Senses already, but
Well,
you're going to give him +2.
Well, and you have 2 bolts, so I guess that's not bad either.
Well, and his sidestep helps too, so he's going to have
Yeah.
+2 to his speed, so he's going to be a 4, 5, 6 square charge with sidestep, so it's 8. So
Yeah,
I think him at 40 with the motorcycle is better than him at full.
I was gonna say, I was thinking with hypersonic it's even further, but
Yeah, no, for hypersonic, yeah, that's why I think the Hell Cycle, because it gives him energy shield deflection.
yeah. But he's the funny thing was he's a lot better than I thought he was gonna be, because I remember the old piece that you showed of this, and I'm like, that piece was bad.
He's not good. No, it's you can't make him good.
No.
This is because I was actually hoping for a legacy card, and honestly, that I think this is even better.
Yeah.
It's cool because it can also represent, like, if you want to do Age of Apocalypse, because it's luckily the Exiles started out with the same outfit as Age of Apocalypse.
Couldn't he fly in the comics?
Yeah.
I liked Exiles a lot. I haven't read it in a while, though, but couldn't he fly?
Yes, he can fly.
So, yeah, that's, I think, the one thing missing is that he cannot fly in his sculpts, or his dial.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I don't know why they didn't... I don't know. Yeah, he's able to fly. His power set is just ridiculous.
I guess, yeah, he's already really strong.
Yeah, I think for 40
Hey
points...
guys, I'm back. Are we still talking about Morph?
We're
Weird.
wrapping it up.
course.
We're wrapping it up.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
Are we?
ranting about
Oh,
how
okay.
great Morph is, and
oh,
yeah, we're
he's a
walking
great
into-
piece. I'm gonna have to fight like him 20,000 times over the next couple of years. So
After Rock Cup, the first team I played locally was Exiles with the X-Men Rise and Fall, Mimic and him and Blink, and then there's one more. I forget who I played though. Who else would it have been?
Exiles?
Yeah, Exiles.
What? Not Sabretooth?
Oh yeah, it was
Blink.
Golden. So it was the Sabretooth from Age of Apocalypse. From was that? Uncanny?
Giant size X-Men?
Was
Uncanny.
it Giant Size? I
Yes.
think it was Uncanny. Yeah, it was
No,
Uncanny
like-
X-Men. Yeah.
I was gonna say Uncanny was the one I remember, so
Yeah, I've been wanting to play him for a while, so that was the first team I built. So he's very cool.
I'm excited for you guys. He's a great piece. I don't know what like 75, 40
You
toughness,
play him
shape
at 40 with
change.
a cycle.
He's
Yeah.
probably better at 40 with a cycle. It's a little bit less points then. He's got the precision strike, so yeah, that's probably right. And you still got the rollouts, the protected
rollouts.
outwit 4 through
Yeah.
6. So yeah, 40 points with the
So
cycle.
he's a Dan nightmare. So yeah, okay. Yeah, he's great. He's great. I hate it.
You'll see him a
I've
lot.
tried him so many times. I know.
I might even
I'll-
go just because he has Avengers. It's like that's not bad for what he does for like that works.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how I feel about him stealing other people's team abilities.
That
I
seems
don't
weird
know.
but fun.
Yeah, because he was able to steal other people's powers essentially so it's weird that he didn't have something similar to Copycat.
Yeah.
Just because like that's his part of his powers instead of just team abilities.
Yeah, because I'm not
Since he
sure
already
how
has
much
team player.
more it's really going to give him. Like what? Like maybe a +1 on a Super Sense roll from Spider-Man or Mystics, because he loses it at is it the beginning or end of his next turn?
End of the next
End of
turn.
your next turn.
And all right, so yeah, he could get like willpower or something. So it's not bad. And if people keep
Or
attacking
Cosmic,
him
I
and you
guess,
keep,
yeah.
yeah, so it's not bad. It's neat and different. No one else
It'll
has
be.
that.
It'll be. I could imagine playing him and then suddenly having like power cosmic mystics, and that'd be funny. Just be like, all right, you've attacked me with 3 people. I've hit my shape change 3 times, and now I have 3 extra team abilities.
See, that kind of sounds
Yeah.
like Morph. So I think it's neat.
Yeah, because you're already going to have Spider Family with him. I think, especially if you're playing Avengers. So he's already going to be a 4 through 6 senses and a 4 through 6 shape change. So
Yeah.
this is 100% done. Him and Prime Spider-Man are just a match made in heaven. At least he's got prop.
Thank God it's not protected pulse wave. Outlaw 021, Deadpool Core, Assassin Brute, Marksman, Quick Draw. When Outlaw hits with a ranged attack, if this is during your first action, this turn after resolutions, you move an action token from her. Hotshots Yeehaw. When Outlaw hits after resolutions, give her a Hotshots token. Friendly characters with a Hotshot token break have a free remove Hotshots token from this character. If you do this turn, they have knockback. And characters they knock back can't reduce knockback damage. Running shot 8, 11 super strength, 18 invuln, 3 empower. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this piece, honestly. Like, I don't hate her. Like in sealed, like she does a lot. So you have movement through blocking, you have improved target adjacent, and she has reasonable numbers, but are you guys playing this piece outside of sealed?
No,
Or maybe
No, definitely not out of sealed. I'm gonna definitely play some Hot Shots teams just because they seem really fun to do, and a lot of the games will probably play differently. I'm not really a big fan of her dial. I would definitely just take the challenge of trying to make use of her like running shot, pick up something, and then have her in a spot where she can use Empower on somebody else that's hitting with a close attack. So I'll definitely have fun with her on like Hot Shots team a couple times, but not a fan of her dial at all.
she can. What's it? She can do the trick arrows, so there is that, I guess, to give her a little bit of a bump. She gets a trick arrow for free, so.
Yeah, it's
Her
not
hot
terrible.
shot straight is one of the best, for sure. But it's an after resolutions. I wish that when she hits, you should be able to do that. That's what sucks is that so you have to wait an entire turn to be able to use the yeehaw.
No,
I'm
I mean no, because she can if she already has the token, then they just.
Well, she can. I'm saying that the first time she hits, she
Yeah.
doesn't have it.
Yeah, I get
That's what
that.
sucks. Yeah.
I'm sorry, excuse me, because I'm not. Like, honest question: are arrows legal in pulp?
No.
No, I was just talking generally speaking that she can get the trick arrow for free to do something with.
It makes her better in casual.
Yeah.
A lot better since
Okay.
arrows are really good.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm thinking most of her use is, right?
Oh yeah, you're not doing anything else with her.
No. Other than you want to run a bunch of hot cowgirls, so that you could do that, right?
You know who's she's gonna be great with coming out in Masters of Time?
Cinnamon. Oh no, she's someone else.
Yeah.
No, she's in the OP thing, the Wild Wild West thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Cinnamon the horse or Cinnamon the hot cowgirl?
Cinnamon the hot cowgirl.
Okay.
All right, next is White Fox 022. She has Agents of Atlas, Assassin, Mystical, and Spy. She's got the Mystics team ability. She's also a Hot Shots trait, so she has the last Kumio. When White Fox hits, after resolutions, give her a Hot Shots token. Friendly characters with a Hot Shots trait have free. Remove a Hot Shots token from this character. If you do, until your next turn, when an opposing character attacks and this character and misses, after resolutions, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. She's got the same powers across her whole dial. So it's a special speed power. 8 speed is what she starts with, charge plasticity, and then a 12 blades, 18 super senses, and 2 shape change. So she's a crazy good tie-up piece. I got to play her in sealed. She was really good. She lasted to the end of all my games. The issue is just that you have to roll blades with her, and I just was rolling 1s and 2s, so that kind of was rough. I think I had one game where she hit a 6 and did really good. Otherwise, she was just a great tie-up piece and kind of kept people busy. So I think she's pretty neat, actually. I'll probably play her on a couple teams.
There's a Dan piece. All those rollouts.
Oh, yes, thank you. This is 45 points of Dan's build, so you can get 2 for 90. So this is 180 points of Dan's build. There's 4 of them, right?
So her and more for 90 of it.
Why am I running 4 of these? What?
Because you have Shade Chain, Super Senses, and Blade. So why are you not running 4 of them? And Plasticity.
Yeah. This is running 6 of them. And then you give 3 of them equipment. Just play the 3 gods.
I will admit, those are 4 powers that I'm pretty sure I have on hand at all times.
Yeah. The only thing missing is Impervious.
She'll be fun on Assassin and Mystical, and then definitely she makes your Hot Shots team for sure for the one time you play that.
Yeah.
I like that Mystic is that if they hit you, you take Mystics. If they miss, you take Mystics. So
I like it.
That's it. Yeah.
Everybody's playing Hot Shots one time.
I will play Hot Shots one time.
Yeah, I got it out of my system, and here we are. Yeah.
Next is Mystique. So she is 30 points. She's got Brotherhood, Assassin, Martial Artist, and Spy. She's got a trait, a special attack power, and she's got improved movement characters. She's 5 clicks long. She's got her first 2 clicks and her last click are Sidestep, her special attack power, Reflexes, and Shape Change, and then her middle 2 clicks, which are 3 and 4, are Flurry, Blades, Senses, and Perplex. Her trait is Stealth, and opposing characters within range can't use X-Men TA. That's just like,
Wolverine's useless. Now he doesn't get a free regen.
Yeah, woo.
That's crazy.
You really nerfed somebody there. And then her attack power is free. Choose a character within range and line of fire, then choose a standard attack or damage power they can use. Mystique can use the chosen power until your next turn. If the chosen character is an opposing character with the X-Men keyword, she may choose a second standard attack or damage power they can use until your next turn. So that's kind of cool. The being able to take powers is kind of neat. But that's about it. I mean, and she has a Brotherhood TA. So, I mean, for 30 points, I don't think this is necessarily bad, but...
She can move through characters to tie them up, yeah.
Yeah. It's can use, so you can use powers from traits.
No, I think it's good. It's just...
For 30 points, yeah, she's good. But the first trait's just useless.
I mean, stealth is never bad.
Not stealth. I'm talking about the second part of that trait.
Oh, yeah, it's like... Besides Redmond, that's about the only person I would think that I can be like, ooh, I've shut off his entire team's X-Men TA. Woo.
Yeah, that's for 30 points. She's not bad at all.
No.
Next, we have another member of our 90s X-Force, Boom Boom. Love the sculpt. This is 90s. This is what an attractive woman was in the 90s. 45 points. She has a special attack power, Energy Explosion. When Boom Boom uses it, after resolutions, destroy any non-debris terrain markers and or adjacent to an original target square, which she has on clicks 1 through 3. She also has Sidestep, Toughness, and Enhancement for starting. Her last 3 is Running Shot, just regular Energy Explosion, and an Energy Shield Deflection. She has 4 range, 2 targets, and improved targeting hindering. I'm a little sad that the Energy Explosion is a special power because it doesn't work with the Iceman and the other X-Force that we've got.
Right.
So that was the one thing I was disappointed about her, is that I wish it was just trait instead. So you get that +1 to attack. Yeah, she's not bad for 45 though. I mean, energy explosion after resolutions, you destroy any non-debris terrain markers. That's really good.
Yeah, I think she's neat
I'm
for
not
sure.
sure if it works with that Kong terrain or not.
Uh,
It says when it's targeted by a destroy action, so I don't think this is considered a destroy action, even though you are destroying it. Because Quake, I believe, is worded to where um, it's just remove. I don't even know if that's just no. I think that's destroy too. So yeah, I don't think that works. Sadly, because that would have been an awesome combo. Is that you bring in Kong, Quake, generate that twisted metal, and then have her energy explode and then destroy it, doing an extra damage.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't think it works that way because you have to target it with a destroy action.
I wish you would add
So 45.
sidestep on the top, at the very least.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really think that the force blast was necessary. I know, just give her knockback, but it's like just give her traded. I mean, you have the special attack powers, give it knockback, energy explosion.
Right, and sidestep.
Yeah.
But
This
I
is
do
a Monday night, like you want to play X Force, like you like the outfits. You're like, I'm committing to it for the night. Like Monday
Yep.
night is how we play like our like local games. So that's other than that,
She'll team up
I
with
don't know.
Sunspot and Cannonball for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Pete, do you want Cable's pouchless clone?
I'm so mad about the lack of pouches. So he's really two pieces, right? So 125 and 50. So we have Strife, MLF, Armor, Future Ruler. And I hope somebody builds an MLF team because honestly, please do.
We'll go over them. Well, hold on, real quick. They're actually the Pogs and the retail chase boosters. So it's unfortunate they didn't get sculpts, but yeah, we'll go over those next episode.
Leadership Mastermind, unique modifier, friendly bystanders, modify attack +1. It can use plasticity. So that's good.
That trait now makes sense. Not we have everything spoiled because when this was first shown in the unboxing, you didn't really know why that was.
Yeah.
But now, after all the bystanders, for sure, it makes 100% sense.
And then you have Shape Chains Outwit. Friendly characters with no actions can have Safeguard opposing probability control. So he's a reasonable attacker at 125. So a running shot, Pensai 11, 18 invincible, and then special damage power. But I think he gets most of his play at 50.
He offers a lot of
But
stuff.
I don't know, man. Like, are bystanders going to be a big thing again?
It could
They
be.
always could
Like,
be.
honest question.
You never know. They always could be.
Well, his bystanders, if you look at the bystanders from this set, they're pretty good. It's going to be hard to get them all because they're just in those chase boosters. But there's currently some bystanders that people that generate bystanders. We got a figure coming up that makes them some too. I
He
think
themes
it's
with
still viable.
Colossal Apocalypse too, the legacy one.
Yeah.
Giving them +1 attack and plasticity is not bad.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, and I feel like one of the few times like WizKids gave the same like team character like names like team abilities or Jesus Christ, the same keywords to everybody, and this guy did not get the keywords he should have had, right?
His last
Like-
one?
No, this one. I feel like he did not get them. Like
What is
44 points, I understand. Or 50 points, I understand. Like, so you have Armor, Future Ruler. Nobody's playing MLF.
I mean, that's fair.
Like-
But those are the exact same keywords he got last time, except he got one more. I think this time he got, what was it? He got Future versus the, or no, he got Ruler. I'm sorry. Yeah.
They
so,
had Ruler. Yeah.
What
so
else would you give him?
I don't know. I don't know the character. I just know that he's Cable from an alternate.
I think they pretty much gave him everything you need to. I think this is Rocket Strife. I don't know. Yeah. Liberation.
Maybe
Front
I'm wrong.
Has been crapped on. You know, it's a forgotten team keyword. But yeah, you're never building with it, sadly.
So low dial, what are you looking at? Stealth, TK, and then the shape change outwit, and then
Leadership mastermind,
like
shape change.
yeah. So I mean, there's something to. I think he's a
Cooler
very
and
interesting
armor is
piece.
he teamed up with the Aquaman with the tentacles, giving that +1 attack, which is really good. The Apox giving him the +1 attack. There's the bystanders. Even your I know they don't get the +1 attack, but the constructs get plasticity. I don't know what useful that is, but
Oh, they probably would. You'd still be able to break away though, right? Because it
Yeah,
says that.
because they don't.
Yeah,
They say in the trait that you don't.
because there's some limit. Yeah.
I just think you have a piece that's clearly at 50 points made to build around a team of like bystanders, and it's fine.
I mean, still
It's
for
fine.
the Prime Bishop, I think I do like him.
I would just keep him as an option as more things come out. So he does unique stuff. Next,
Well, I like
we're done with Strife.
I like the
think.
idea there's
We're
two
not.
versions of him because he's a very different character if he's like sitting back in his throne being a giant piece of crap versus like actually attacking people.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
There's a handful of
Yeah.
pieces that are like that, which I think is good. It makes them playable in different ways.
You can move on to the next Jubilee, who's not good.
She's not
Maybe
bad
she's
for her
good.
points. And again, Pulp for sure. So 026 is Jubilee, X-Men team ability, Generation X, X-Men. She has 2-point lines. It's 50 or 25. Her 50-point line is a 5 range, 8 running shot, 11 energy explosion, 18 toughness with 3 enhancement. And then she starts on click 5 at 25 points for 3 more clicks, which is 6 sidestep, 10 pulse wave, a 17 barrier, 2 perplex. Either point I think is honestly pretty good, but 25 points for sidestep, pulse wave, barrier, perplex, like that's really good.
Yep.
So
Those
quite
glasses are
good.
sweet too.
It's quite good for 25. She'll probably make non-theme teams.
she
Just
could
for that.
definitely non-theme. She definitely could do X-Men, Pulp, or I think even honestly modern if they start finally coming back around, depending on what comes out here.
Yeah.
But 25 points is good for that, I think.
This is what
is an 11 attack. She can have a 12 attack.
This is what I call a budget Porter. Like, yeah, she's not as great as Porter, but she's the same amount of points, and she does pretty close to what White Shirt Porter does. It's close to an extent, at least like power wise.
Pulse wave barrier because she has the power action barrier instead of making the stop sign and then perplex because you can't give her the rank. Yeah, 100%. This is you can't afford Scott Porter. I know you don't get the +1 attacks, but she does everything he does.
And again, perfectly pairs with Iceman. So
Yes.
next is X23, Dan.
Yeah, so she's either 75 or 50. She is not one of those characters that has like the different point lines. She just has a less potent version of her top dial. She has a trait and a special defense power. She's a Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men, Assassin, and Martial Artist. She has the X-Men team ability. I think she's the first family bonding trait one we've gotten. So it reads, when X23 KOs an opposing character of 30 points or less, after her resolutions, a friendly character with the family bonding trait may make an attack. I don't see why it had to be 30 points or less, but okay. And then her defense power, which is on clicks 4 through 8, is super senses. At the beginning of your turn, you may heal X23 1 click. That's pretty good. Otherwise, she's just a charge blades piece for her first 3 clicks with the exploit. And then her next 3 is flurry blades and the defense power and prob. And then her last 2 is stealth, precision, the defense power, and exploit. So she's fine, but I don't think I'm playing her outside of sealed.
She would have been fun if that defense power was, if it started on her second click at 75 points, because if you don't deal with her, she just keeps healing every turn.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yes, that would have been. I would have liked that. Yeah.
I don't like the after resolutions. I wish it was just friendly characters with this trait have free make an attack with fan bonding trait. I think would have made him.
That would have made that better. That would have made that better for sure. Yeah.
Because only a few. It's because the figures with these aren't broken.
Well, no, and I think they're all close attackers. It's not like you have any range attackers.
Yeah.
You have to go up and punch somebody.
All right, Miles, your Girl Scout. Here we go.
Yeah. So this is just. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Knowing that this trait is broken because this figure really is. She's got family bonding. When a friendly bystander hits after resolutions, a friendly character with the family bonding trait may make an attack. She has another trait, Honey Badger. Once per game at the beginning of your turn, Scout may generate a Jonathan bystander, whose charge blades, toughness, exploit tiny, and he's a Honey Badger. It's amazing. She's 75 or 50 points. 75 points, you get to start with Flurry, Blades, and Invulnerability with 2 damage. Or you can
How do you get that flurry there?
How do you get the flurry?
Yeah, how do you get it there though? Like, how do you they have flurry? How do you get to the point of the attack?
Well, Pete, you put her on a health cycle.
No, health cycle you can't use flurry, but
well, that's just how you get her there, I guess.
Yeah, motorcycle, and she's at 9 speeds. That's 5, 6, 7 square reach. She's hitting hard.
They just made a really good one in X of Swords. This one is not good.
No, that's 100% the problem. I was mistaken. I was super stoked about her because I thought the other figure I really like was 028, and so I'm like, oh man, they're the same. But it turned out it was 018. So that's why Wolvie is now my new new cat's meow from this set. Because 018 means that you're a good figure.
Is this better or worse than Simon Garth?
This is worse.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't start with sidestep. She doesn't do 4 damage. He's guaranteed to hit for 4 damage with an 11 attack. And unfortunately, when she dies, she doesn't turn into a grave hindering terrain marker to help your Black Lanterns.
And she will die, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Would you rather have her or 2 Lady Masterminds?
I mean, her, but that's because I just dislike Lady Mastermind so much, right?
Because Jonathan. So the only redeeming factor for her is that Jonathan is good.
Yeah.
Except that it's once per game at the beginning of your turn. That's like, okay, cool, yeah.
That's what's horrible. So you should be able to move her up and then generate it. Because that's how the trait's supposed to work. You move her up, generate him, and it shouldn't be once per game. Okay, I understand she's an uncommon, but there's so many figures that you can look that are just able to make figures.
I also thought that would have been cool if she could have generated a Jonathan, and then if Jonathan would have worked with her family bonding trait, that would have been cool. But
he does.
Even her values are bad.
Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like, except her attack, her values are bad.
She needed a free replace this piece with X of Swords Honey Badger, and then she would be playable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe they're the exact same.
Free replace this piece with literally anything that's ever been made prior to her, except for Lady Mastermind would have been fine too. 029. It's Dockin.
Yes, take him in.
I'm done with that piece. I'm sorry. Do you guys want to talk about it more?
Nope. Scout's done.
Okay. All right, good. Marauders, which is an interesting keyword, which we'll never see actual meta play. X Factor, X-Men, Assassin, Martial Artist, Pirate, real name, not going to pronounce it. Family Bonding, not going to pronounce it. Once per turn, when Dockin hits an opposing character, the X-Men keyword, after resolutions, a friendly character with a family bonding trait may make an attack.
So situational.
Cool. That comes up once a game, once every 5 games against Redmond. Healing factor at the beginning of your turn. If Dockin has no action tokens, you may heal him 2 clicks. That's actually pretty cool. So 75 or 50. 75 is 8, 12, 18, 3. And then 50 gives you 8, 10, 17, and 3. He's exploit both times. He's toughness both times. He's precision spec both times. He's charge both times.
All these pieces are way too much at their 75-point line, and the 10 attack for 50 points isn't good.
Pretty bad.
Yeah,
well,
all the family bonding.
This guy has a man bun on his sculpt.
Oh, does he? It just looks like he's got short hair on the picture.
Hear me out.
He's a man bun.
Wait. I'm pretty sure it's a top knot. It's not a man bun, but
same thing. Top knot is a man bun.
If you could heal above his top line, you're at least considering this, maybe at 50 points.
The
No?
thing is that they just made a better one in X of
You just told
Rise
me.
and Fall.
You just told me Scout was good. Miles. You're not considering this.
He doesn't make a bystander.
What is the bystander doing?
Letting her make free attacks.
Uh-huh.
All right, next is 030 Bob, Agent of Hydra. He surprisingly has the Hydra team ability. He's got AIM, Deadpool Corp, Hydra, and Soldier. He has a trait, Do You Offer Dental Deadpool? Friendly characters in range that have the Deadpool Corp or Hydra keyword have the Hydra team ability. And then a special damage power is Hold Dial, which is probability control, but only if an opposing character is within range and line of fire. So, worst version of Prob. He's 30 points, 4 range, 6 sidestep, 10 energy explosion, 17 willpower, and then starts with a 2 on that special damage power. I don't really care about him. Do you guys like Bob or care about Bob too much, this version?
I like Bob the character himself, but he looks like he could be fun throwing on a Hydra team. But yeah, if you want to play him, you might as well just play the regular agent.
Yeah.
But I do like the character. But yeah, this is just if they gave him probability control, that'd be good.
I do wish his first trait was just if they shared a keyword with him, because that would have been better.
Yes,
I think then on like Soldier you could make that work. Because this for 30, I don't think is that bad. But
his stuff is just so limiting.
He would be so good.
Yeah, he's just so limiting.
Bob. It's Bob, Agent of Hydra.
Well, Bob needs a better dial. Great. If I'm gonna play Bob, I'm playing the legacy
Bob
figure.
Is great. Bob is great. 30 points. Come on. The weird Prob.
I love Bob.
Bob's amazing.
Well, he needs a better dial. Sorry.
If Bob was 20 points, you would be jerking Bob. Off in the stall.
I was jerking the 15-point Bob earlier in the comments.
Oh God. Okay. All right,
Miles. We got Deadpool 031.
So he has Great Lakes Avengers. Woo! Blaze Claw's Fangs. When Deadpool uses it after resolutions, you heal him equal to the D6 result. He has that on his last 3 clicks. He's 7 clicks long. He starts with a sidestep 5, 11 precision strike, 18 defense with nothing, and range combat expert with 2 damage.
Again, they're really like, hey, we're gonna make this is the Deadpool set, but we're not gonna make a good Deadpool.
Hey, you know what? They listened to your last complaint. They gave him 4 range.
So,
I guess
50-point Deadpool.
Not good.
35-point Squirrel Girl from AB60. 45-point Hawkeye from Empire. Tippy Toe and Squirrel Girl from Deadpool and X-Force. Mockingbird, 52 points from Age of Ultron. Death Urge at 140 points from way back Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was wondering where we were going with this.
Guardians, Great Lakes Avengers. Let's go.
So
I
in
challenge
silver,
you to play it.
It's almost there.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this stuff.
Hawkeye, Squirrel, and Deadpool and Scott Porter have Great Lakes Avengers. He's just not good. No defensive ability. So I'm saying is they go, let's make him play different than another Deadpool. So you're just gonna make him crap?
Yeah, he's just gonna get smoked.
Yeah, could have been shifting focus or something. I don't know. 50 points, decently long dial for 50 points, I guess, but not that fun to play.
His special we still need a good Deadpool.
His special attack power still had the last 3 clicks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the most Deadpool thing. Like in his own set, he's just a giant pile of crap.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sounds kind of terrible, but.
Dan, do you want Kid Omega? I think Deadpool is done.
Yeah, I like Quentin. He's good stuff most of the time. This one's a little different though. He's 50 points. He's got the Brotherhood team ability. He's got Avengers, Brotherhood, Exiles, Phoenix Force, X-Force, and X-Men keywords. He's got a trait and a special attack power. The trait is friendly characters with the X-Men keyword have Brotherhood. Friendly characters with Brotherhood instead succeed on a 9 through 12 when using it. And then his special attack power, which is on clicks 1 and 2, is Energy Explosion, TK, and Knockback. So he's a Mind Control, that special attack power, Barrier, and Outwits for the first click. And then he's the Mind Control, special attack, Super Senses, and Outwit. And then he's also got IT Hindering. And then his last 3 clicks are Force Blast, Pulse Wave, Super Senses, or Regen on the last click, and Prob. We got really spoiled with the last one they made in House of X that had a stop click and went to when he had the Phoenix Force. So
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
I am like, I don't know what they're doing here, but I usually like Quentin. I'm not a big fan of this one.
They want people to take off action tokens by giving the Brotherhood 9 through 12.
Yeah, which is fine, but I mean,
actually don't mind this one as much. Like, there's a bunch of characters. Like, I like the old Mystique a lot better, the old Richter. This is one that is different, but not worse in the other ways the other ones are.
yeah.
If that makes sense. So I don't mind his changes as much. I still think the House of X one is better, and if I'm going for a Kid Omega, it's probably that one.
Yeah.
But this one still offers stuff that I would take a look at. On,
Yeah,
like,
I just
those
wish he
other
had.
ones.
I just wish he had move and attack. Like he's been an avatar of the Phoenix. Like I don't think giving him move and attack would make him super broken, but
Yeah. I guess he's got the TK, so he's more of a stay back this version. But
yeah.
lack of move and attack hurts. No stealth, stuff like that.
Dan, you sound like me. I'm not touching a piece without moving attack.
It's
Making the team.
It's mainly just a hard call because there's also not any pieces in this set that say allow you to move your X-Men or Brotherhood characters around the map in an efficient way, right? So if there was something like that where you had some team synergy, I could see it. Then I could be like, oh, okay, well you have this piece that deploys your Brotherhood or your X-Men. All right, cool.
His values are weird. Top dial 12 attack, 18 defense, 1 damage. Then you go to bottom dial and I don't know.
40 points, I like him a lot more.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, 50 points is it. Yeah.
That's the hard sell.
No, he's too high. The TK is nice at 40 points. 50 points, you're I guess you got to fit it onto your name theme team, but I don't know. I feel like you could probably figure that out another way most of the time. Psylocke is 033. She has Excalibur, Exiles, Mojoverse, X-Force, X-Men, Assassin, Martial Artist. So she has pretty good keywords. She has a trait, Stealth, Mind Control. Mind Control is free, which is good, but only to a target adjacent character. And then she has a attack power, which is interesting. Bladed Claws, Fangs. When Psylocke use it, after illusion, she may use the effect of the corresponding D6 results. 1, make a close attack. 2, give the target an action token. 3, choose a standard power. Hit target can't use that power until your next turn. 4, hit target can't use team abilities. 5, she heals a bunch, 3 clicks. And 6, if she's KO'd, the character this turn remove an action token from her. So she's low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
You can't play her at 40. How are you getting close to people?
Well, she's got the free mind control, so you leap climb up close, 7, and then you have that 11 attack, free mind control.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She doesn't have the shape change on the top. That part's kind of rough. So, but yeah, 40 points for the other stuff isn't terrible for that free run up in mind control. But I think for fun, she's going to be played top dial for me at least. I'll play her a couple times. The Blade's power that she has, her whole dial actually isn't bad. Most of the stuff is pretty good.
Oh, what's the worst thing you're going to get?
Well, for me, it would be giving an action token to somebody with 2 action tokens, or 4, which is the hit target can't use team abilities, and they have a team ability, or they don't have team abilities. That's what this piece will get me, but she at least looks fun.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to make sure to keep track of all that.
At 40 points, she's still better than Lady Mastermind. Take notes.
See, exactly.
That's true. She's so better at 40.
Miles, you want Sheriff Deadpool? I know you do.
I do. This is actually, I think, the best Deadpool of the set.
I was gonna say, I think this is I actually like this guy.
He's got a PD ability and team player. He's got a trait quick draw when Sheriff Deadpool hits with a ranged attack. If it was during your first action this turn, after resolution, remove an action token from him. And this means that you can't perplex or sidestep or anything. You have to hit with him in order to be able to take off an action token. That's very important.
You can
His
running
another
shot
trait-
though because it's during your
Yeah.
first action, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's making the first attack.
Yeah.
And then he has penetrating psychic blast, and once per turn, when he hits with a ranged attack after resolutions, he may make a ranged attack using incapacitate, which is really good. He gets 2 free attacks. Him with trick arrows could be fun. Improved targeting hindering. So that means he can see through stealth, despite what some people think. Stealth, That's he has 8, 11, 18, 4 with running shot, energy explosion, super senses, and 4 damage. 6 range, 2 targets. His last 3 clicks, he's got 7 clicks. He has sidestep, precision strike, range combat expert, and regen. He's extremely fun, and I pulled him for the sealed, the 1 booster of this and 1 booster of next phase, and he carried me, almost making top cut, going 4-2 out of 6 games of Swiss.
I was gonna say, I feel like in sealed and even maybe in pulp you might see play. I mean, double target energy explosion that's penetrating is good,
Yeah,
especially when you can then potentially token them up afterward too.
Yeah, he's extremely good at 75 points, and yeah, I think that honestly he probably is the best Deadpool in the set, and that includes the chases.
What number is he?
He is 034.
Okay. What set is this?
Deadpool?
Deadpool Weapon X.
Huh. Okay.
And he's
I'm
a
good.
sheriff.
That answers all my questions. He's got a nice hat. Like, he's good. Like, 75 points. We're 34 people into his set, and here he is finally being Deadpool. So,
Except he's a sheriff.
yeah.
It's crazy that it took, this
But he's-
34 figures and what the 4th or 5th Deadpool?
But the only thing that would have made him better was if he was the mayor.
I know, but they couldn't do. Mayor Deadpool would 100% see play by me all the time. I would change my world team and just play Mayor Deadpool.
Listen, if there was a theme team named the Mayor, it wins every game ever.
It does.
Especially Silver. Yeah.
That needs to be a
'Cause
bystander.
They're all Dolphins. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's next Huntington's. I'm going to purchase a bystander and it's going to be called the Mayor. That's it.
It's 75 points is a lot, but he does a lot of stuff, so I like him.
Yeah, especially after I played him, because I wasn't 100% sold on him after seeing him. But like once I played him and really saw how good this figure is, Modern might be potential too. I know it's 75 points. So they go, well, there's better figures like Hawkeye and Hawkeye. Well, maybe you don't want to play what everyone plays. Him with trick arrows isn't too bad.
It's not too bad, but he's not going to.
No, I'm not saying you're going to bring it to a high competitive event, but your local
he's going to set up, local Mondays. Otherwise, he's setting up shop in pulp.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is like with the arrows, he's what, 85?
No, you get him for free because he's marksman.
No, he's not marksman.
Oh, he's
No.
not?
He's not a marksman. No, he's not. So,
No, but
yeah,
Jeff Lansing is. So just
thank God.
These inconsistent keywords, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's
I
ways
don't
to
think
back
he's-
up the trick arrows though, because with that in cap, that's still some of them work off just being hit, so it doesn't matter that it's already a different effect. So you could use 2 different arrows on this whole thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. Is that a lot of people think that you can get all the arrows to work on attacks, and unfortunately, that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
Hold on,
hopefully we
counting
get an
Deadpool
official
here.
ruling so that way this stuff stops being misruled. So it's a hassle.
Next is 035 Forge. He's got the Shield team ability, X-Men team ability, X-Factor, X-Force, X-Men, Mystical Scientist Soldier. He has a special damage power, his whole damage, or his whole dial. It's Perplex and Support. When an adjacent multi-base character or adjacent character with the robot or vehicle keyword is given a move action or power action, after resolutions, you may place Forge adjacent to that character. So 35 points, 4 range, starts with a sidestep, in cap, willpower, 18, and then 3 with the special damage power. So I played him on our soldier game. He was a lot of fun. The Perplex and Support was really helpful. Unfortunately, Peacemaker crit hit a pulse wave and threw him off a building, and he died. But he he held up pretty well. For 35 points, I actually do like him a lot. It seems like healing is going to play a bigger part in the game soon-ish, maybe. So that perplex support was good. As far as the forge goes.
I think it's a lot of looks. Mystical is a nice keyword. Scientist, a nice keyword. So I think he's like keeping back your pocket when you're looking for support powers, and he's probably going to give them to you.
Well, it's weird because the robot or vehicle keyword, he has neither. So I guess the multi-base is going to be what you're going to be doing if you're going into theme.
Yeah, it'll be
So maybe that
coincidence.
Wheels of Vengeance Wolverine could be interesting.
Right. Otherwise, it's going to be just coincidental that they also have the robot keyword or vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm never putting him on my team looking for that thing to happen.
I mean, you could have the LE Legacy Ghost Rider, who has the robot keyword and also has the mystical keyword.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was thinking of the Wolverine from Wheels of Vengeance that has potential, but no one seems to play it. It would be really fun moving him up there with them.
I like the perplex support for 35 points, so I think he's totally fine.
Yeah.
And he can definitely make some teams.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big fucking gun. I mean, let's just talk about his big gun. His gun is just wanging out there. It's just a gun.
I love it.
7 sights, 6 magazines.
Cable puts him to
five
shame,
silencers.
but yeah, he's packing.
Yeah.
Dan, do you want to move us on to Sabretooth?
Yeah. Because Sabretooth. All right, so he's 75 points of just attacking a lot. It feels like. So he's got 2 traits and a special speed power. The speed power is on clicks 1 through 5. He uses Blades and Battle Fury his entire dial. He has the Brotherhood, TA, and he's got Brotherhood, Exiles, Marauders, Weapon X, Animal, and Brute keywords. His first trait is at the beginning of your turn, heal Sabretooth 1 click. And then his second trait is free, make an attack, but only to target an opposing character that has been healed since your last turn. And then his speed power is Charge, Flurry, Leap, Climb. This just feels like a very simple Sabretooth. I personally like the XDPS one more. I think they're the same amount of points, I think, or really close.
Yeah.
But he's 9 clicks long. It takes a lot to kill him, and he could heal. So, and the amount of attacks he could potentially make with healing probably being a factor with how many porters are being played. I don't think he's meta for competitive, but I'm just saying, like, look, if you're playing Black Shirt Porter, this guy's attacking every turn.
Well, and he's got what I was saying about X23 too, where it's just at the beginning of your turn you heal, so you have to deal with him. Otherwise, he's just going to keep healing every turn, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And with Blades, like, he starts out 4 damage, but then last 4 clicks, he's got 2 or 1. You're just going to roll Blades every time.
Yeah.
So.
And that trait, free make an attack, but only target an opposing character that is healed since your last turn. There is actually a few ways to make opposing characters heal on your turn, so you could actually have that benefit you.
How would you do that?
Around? I don't know. Well, you can get the super rare Harley. You can have the Moriarty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, they heal. So
I love him.
Yeah, he's definitely a fun Sabretooth.
Oh god!
We finally have the Exiles keyword as Sabretooth, and it's the wrong sculpt.
Yeah,
okay,
completely the wrong sculpt. But I like the old rip off Wolverine. Like the artist gave up. He's like, I'm making $20 a week. I'm just gonna draw Wolverine as a bad guy. Here's what you got. Yeah.
I don't ever remember him looking this much like a repaint of Wolverine with the hair. Like I don't remember that at all.
Probably when he appeared in the Spider-Man comics. But it was like
they originally drew it as Wolverine, and they're like, the editorial's like, sorry, you didn't ask permission, you can't have Wolverine, and so they just drew over the outfit.
Yeah.
I like the your classic one that was in the animated series a lot, but honestly, there's a ton of other versions I would have liked. This would probably be my least favorite sculpt. Even there's one that he had. I think it was like some green ripped up tank top and brown pants. I think he fought Psylocke in that. That would have been a cool one. I definitely wanted the Exiles version. That would have been probably the number 1 version.
Yeah.
So
this is a very This is a very reasonable pulp attacker.
Yeah,
like,
he's good.
in Pulp, this guy gets on top of you. You're like, he's killing at least 2 pieces. So I think he's a cool beast.
That's where it's at too. And he's healing 1 click. Yeah, that's a deep dive for 75 points and a rare.
Yeah, his biggest downside, honestly, is just the sculpt, but super, super playable and fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, 037 Rogue, Avengers Brotherhood of Mutants and X-Men. Ready for your beaten sugar. Sugar? Sugar.
You gotta say it with a New Orleans accent.
I can't do that. Characters knocked back by Rogue can't reduce damage this turn. So, I'm going to say this right now. This is going to be a trait I never utilize, and Rebin at some point devastates a team with this one piece of me at 75 points.
Correct.
I'll never be able to do it. Yeah. So hypersonic speed 12, 18 impervious, 4 close combat expert. She's, man, can't reduce damage this turn. There's something there, right?
That gets around Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider says that they can use the powers. You're still using the powers, you're just not reducing. So that's a huge distinction, because it doesn't say that they can't use reducers.
I don't know. I think there's something there. Like I look for unique things in HeroClix all the time.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't think there's anything else like that statement. Like knockback, and then that they're knockback, they can't reduce damage. So essentially, invincible is useless, and vulnerability is useless, impervious is useless. So you're just going to straight rollouts, which means Dan doesn't care about this piece. So
she's 13 for 5, but the biggest thing is that it's a 6 hypersonic, so you're probably kind of throwing her out there to take this, and you have to be able to follow it up pretty well. And then you have to already have knocked her back, or knocked the piece back, so they're reducing her 5 damage for sure. And would they be able to still... They would take the knockback damage, though, right? Because it's... it's every time, so they take an extra dink.
The perfect piece to pair with her, at least for me, like I think this is more of a pulp play, is the 010 Iron Man from AV60, because he gives characters with the Avengers keyword Precision Strike. So then you're like, all right, I'm just gonna plink you, automatically just do the 1 for sure, and then now they can't reduce damage. So that was where my head was at with that. I know it's a lot of points, but.
No, you gave her 5 points for something to knock people back, like the shot gauntlets. TK her up. You don't even have to move and attack. You can just knock someone back.
Oh, see, I like the Billy Clubs to give her an extra bolt, so you can attack more than one person.
Yeah.
I like her in Pulp. I don't think she's just too squishy and competitive.
Yeah.
She's very much too squishy.
And this is something we missed too, is this isn't the 90s sculpt, but you know what, I'll give them a pass since this is the sweet 80s sculpt.
Yeah, we've gotten a decent amount of rogues, so this is kind of a nice change.
Yeah.
Next is our first prime, so this is 037B. She's got Brotherhood, Team Ability, and Cosmic Energy. Brotherhood of Mutants and X-Men keywords. She has a first trait, I Don't Need Your Help, Charles, which is Stealth and Super Strength. And then another trait, the gloves have come off. When Rogue hits, the hit characters can't use displayed powers until your next turn. If the hit character was equipped, unequip their equipment. When Rogue hits, choose a standard power printed on a hit character's card. Rogue can use the chosen power this game. And then she has 2 point values. One is at 250, the other one is at 175. She has improved movement blocking. Through blocking, and then a 4 range flight. She has on her top click at 250. It is a 10 hypersonic, 12 precision strike, 19 impervious, 5 damage. She's got 3 stop clicks on clicks 3, 7, and 11, getting KO'd on click 12. Her stop clicks are invincible. When this click is revealed, after resolutions, remove an action token from Rogue. If you start her at 175 points, she starts on click 4 with an 8 running shot, 12 pen sight, 19 invulnerability, and 4 range combat expert. So overall, like super strong character, very cool prime version of her. I think pairing her on either dial with the right support and equipment, I think she's definitely a threat that could see play.
So she nukes the grand prizes, which I find hilarious. Because she just has to hit them, and then she's taking a power, so you can just choose invincible to get around their mystics. She's unequipping them so they don't have their swords, and then they just don't get any of their displayed powers, that means pretty sure that means they're stop clicks too, right? Like
Yes,
they're just blanks at that point.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, she's a lot of points, but like it's still funny to watch them just topple over the two grand.
I think you play her at 175. Just if you're gonna play her in modern, play her at 175. You need that 125 points.
Yeah. Then she's a 13 for 5 Pensai. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the 250 point line is really nice. The
It
extra
is,
stop click, yeah. But yeah, the 175 is probably better.
And she just gets these powers because it's also this game. So every time she hits, she's taking a power. So suddenly she's got 4 extra powers or something. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, she can get beefy really quick if you take advantage of that early enough in the game.
She's a great tempo. If you're gonna play a tempo, like she does so much. And all of her values are reasonable, even at 175. Like, the values don't change defensively. 1919. Yeah.
That's the one thing that hurts me.
yeah. I mean, I get why she has one target though. Like, I do get it. It's still not great, but I do understand it. So, but I mean, and she goes through blocking to top it all off. So she's going wherever she really wants to go because she's got flight too, and she's got cosmic energy. So, you can. She can go, and Brotherhood, so she can potentially, like, if you roll high, she's going every turn.
Yeah.
I mean, potentially. So yeah, like Ryan said, she could suddenly have a bunch of powers because she's able to hit quickly, and
Can't outwit.
Yeah, exactly. Can't outwit it either.
Yeah, she's not meta, but she's
she might
probably
surprise
gonna
you.
see. I don't know. I think there's better at this point.
No, she might not be meta against a
armies.
lot of teams, but like you have to be prepared for her because she could surprise you if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah, that was my thought. Was just she just has to hit you, and that's it. And that's not a hard thing to do nowadays.
I think you'll see her pop up on teams, but we'll see when she comes out, especially after rotation. You never know what will happen.
Yeah.
Miles, you want to take start us off with Atlas Bear?
Yep. Next, we got Atlas Bear, which is an extinct bear that they fought in the gladiatorial days. No, she's got Wakanda, Assassin, Mystical, and Soldier. She's a 50 point starting line. 70 points starts with 7, 11, 18, 3 with special speed and special attack, energy shield deflection, and outwit. And her 50 point line starts on click 3 with 6, 10, 17, 2 with the special attack, special speed, and outwit and energy shield deflection. She has a trait. When Atlas Bear hits after resolutions, you give her a Hot Shots token. Friendly characters with a Hot Shots trait have when this character would be KO'd if they have any Hot Shots tokens. Instead, remove all their Hot Shots tokens and turn them to the last non-KO click. Protected Pulse Wave. Her speed powers Sidestep, Passenger 5, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with Atlas Bear. And her special attack is Giant Reach 3, Blaze Claws, Fangs, and Probability Control. She does a lot for a small package. A must if you're playing Hot Shots for sure.
I think she'll see
Passenger 5. Passenger 5 is huge for all those keywords. Wakanda, Mystical, Soldier, and Assassin.
Any of those keywords, Passenger 5 is massive.
And their Wakanda set's coming out in the fall, so
Mm-hmm.
that becomes a possibility. Yeah, her dial's really good.
Well, she's got two support powers because she's got Prob and Outwit.
Yep.
I mean, a Giant Reach 3 is still good. Yeah, it's a 10 attack, but she's your taxi. I mean,
Taxi.
This is fine.
Yeah,
she's great.
I like her.
And
she's great.
And she's probably gonna hit once, before she dies, so then she's gonna have her hotshot trait, so she's not dying the first time.
Right.
No, and she's very reasonable from defense at range at top dial at 50 with ESD up close with combat reflexes. Like she's a really good piece, and she gives you a lot of things. You essentially probability control Blades, Claws, Fangs, and Giant Reach 3. So she's a placement piece. Like she's subtle, but she's bringing your team with you.
Yeah,
I think she's great. I honestly, the keywords mystical Wakanda. Please let this Wakanda set be good. But mystical, like she'll get a look. I'll play the crap out of her because I play mystical quite a bit. So I think I like her a lot for 50 points.
If you can rack up those hotshots tokens, you're just not touching her.
No, so she's either you're gonna hit her and you're gonna kill her, or you're not gonna hit her and not gonna kill her, and then all of a sudden you still have her and she's what, your transport piece that does attacking.
Right.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, sign me up. So yeah, I like her a lot.
Dan, you want Shatterstar?
Yeah, I guess I can take Shatterstar. Okay, this is like, all right. So he is, was that 65 or 40? And I'm pretty sure you're just playing him at 40. So
I'm playing him at 65.
Okay.
It's Mojoverse.
I mean, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. All right, so he's got Excalibur, Mojoverse, New Mutants, X Factor, X Force, Future, Warrior. He moves through pretty much everything because he's got elevated blocking and characters. So he moves through stuff, which is cool. He has got a special speed power his entire dial, and then he is he's Blades, Super Senses, or he's got Reflexes in the middle, and then he's Exploit. So his speed power is Flurry Sidestep. When Shatterstar uses Flurry before making the second attack, you may place him up to 4 squares away from his current square. When Shatterstar attacks... What was that?
Great.
Yeah. When Shatterstar attacks one or more characters he hasn't attacked this turn, modify his attack +1, and he's 11 attack already, so the first attack of his turn he's always at 12, so I guess that's good. He's interesting. Like I don't know. If I was playing him, I would just play him at 40 because he's still. You get the 10 speed and you get super senses. But I'd rather for 10 less points I'd give him charge and super senses and +1 speed.
Can I just sum up this piece personally for you guys with one statement? That's my statement on Shatterstar. Because I'm going to have to fight this piece so many times. That was the sound of a butt exploding. Because I don't care. I'm going to hate this piece so much. This is such a Redmond piece. Are you kidding me?
I was considering this a Christine piece where she Flurry Blades you and hits you for 6 twice. You're like,
that's not enough to be a Christine piece.
Okay.
No, Christine has to devastate your whole team in one turn. This is a Redmond piece, which takes 3 turns, and then you're pissed about it the whole time. So yeah, I don't. Oh god, the sculpt's nice from a crap character from a crap time.
He's great.
I got nothing else for you.
He's great. You'll see him. We can move on to Beast.
Wait. We get the what statue is basically
Thinking Man?
Yes, the Thinking Man. I was like Thinking Man Beast, also like Pooping Man Beast, but whatever.
I think we're on poop too. Yes.
Well, mutants have to poop too. Beast, Avengers, Illuminati, which is the worst keyword ever outside of Great Lakes Avengers. X Factor, X-Men, Animal, and Scientist. He has toughness and combat reflexes on his defensive power, and then he has Deep Thoughts, Outwit. When he uses it, he can instead choose 3 standard powers. That's good. And that's his whole dial. So he's 30 points. Good old Leap Climb, Blades. And then
Did you say Illuminati's a bad keyword?
Yes.
It has
not great.
swap.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it better.
What is it? Who's good in Illuminati?
Who isn't? It's the Illuminati. You do not talk down on the Illuminati.
He is
Illuminati
unique.
team.
You did miss the fact that outwit power is protected outwit as well. But it is choose 3 standard powers, so you couldn't do like a special power and 2 other ones. You would have to pick, but it's still pretty strong for 30 points. Definitely Pulp. Again, I'm hoping it strengthens X-Men for Pulp.
Mm-hmm.
I also think,
thankfully, he's unique at 30 points.
I also think for Silver he could be a look because he could just be on an animal dropship team where you just bring him along and hey, I'm gonna outwit 3 powers on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Like, all right.
Hold on.
Scientist.
Hold on. Sometimes we just let Miles get away with saying things. What is a good Illuminati team? I really need to know this point.
Do you want to name 3 pieces, Miles, that would go on your really good Illuminati team?
This is going to spoil for a future episode of help Pete with Silver.
Oh, sure. Well, I can give him some pulp options at least if you want to go that route.
That's fine.
All right, we're going to revisit Illuminati in a couple weeks.
You're being very generous. It's Pete sucks at Silver, and we can talk about it in a couple weeks. But
yep.
I really, Miles, you better have a great Illuminati team.
You got 2 weeks
because I know our guest that's coming on will refute that quickly. So
we're going to build the team around Superior Iron Man because he's such a great figure.
You know what? I've looked at Superior Iron Man, and I feel like there's something weird there, but I've never been able to pull it off. But you've got 3 weeks, Miles. You're the mad scientist. You're the mayor. Go into the lab.
Okay.
All right, next is 041 Lady Deathstrike. She's got the Brotherhood team ability, Reavers, Thunderbolts, Weapon X, Assassin, Martial Artist, and Robot. She has the typical Assassin, the target trait. And then another trait, which is downloading the digital consciousness, which is combat reflexes. When Lady Deathstrike is KO'd, choose a friendly character with the robot keyword. This game, that character gains the assassin keyword and can use the trait on this card, Protected Pulse Wave. Special speed power, hold dial, which is charge, but don't have speed if an opposing character was KO'd this turn. And then she's 45 points. Top dial is that special speed power, 11 blades, 18 invulnerability, and 3 close combat expert. So you're probably just keeping that 12 for 4 in the beginning. Probably not rolling blades.
Oh, so she's definitely getting played for robot. Okay, I see this, yes.
She's not bad for 45 points, especially like in sealed.
No, she's your second or third attacker. So on Assassins, when Talon kills something, in comes this thing to kill something else. Like, she's contextual. I don't think she's great. I think she's good for 40 points, but that's a lot to do for 40 points, right?
Yeah.
45. Yeah. A full 7 movement charge, 12 for 4 on a piece with no defense if Talon's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
I was hoping for I wanted a Lady Deathstrike for a while, but again, more of that 90s brown and white and red costume. Miles, you want to talk about Panda Pool? He generates your favorite plant hindering terrain markers.
I love it. The sculpt actually doesn't look as bad as it is in person because the head is actually a completely different paint. So it looks really awkward in person, even though the sculpt is cool. Panda Pool can't be given a costed action if he has an action token. When Panda Pool clears action tokens, heal him 3 clicks if he's within 2 squares of any plant terrain markers. There you go. At the beginning of the game, generate 3 plant hindering terrain markers anywhere on the map. This game, those markers have when this marker hinders line of fire, characters instead modify defense +2. Friendly characters with the animal keyword within 2 squares or more of 1 or more plant terrain markers modify attack and damage +1. And he has a special speed power throughout his entire dial of Charge Flurry. So 6, 11, 18, 4. It sucks he can't be given a costed action if he has an action token, but...
It pretty much makes him unplayable, right? It's 60 points.
It's pretty much. And I don't think him making those plant terrain markers is worth it.
Right.
Because he only has a 6 movement. Like, that is so hard to justify. Because you can never hit twice with him. Like, that hurts.
I mean, give him a rollout to get out of that. Like, this is bad.
So now you want to pay more than 60 points?
No. He should have just
once every other turn.
He could have just had a rollout, but, you know.
Oh yeah, if he had a rollout, yeah, that would be it. Like if he has an action token, you give him super senses 4 through 6, something like that.
30 points
I
might be
mean,
too little, but maybe like 40. He's
Yeah.
too
well,
slow, and
but he's
yeah,
still better at 40 than Lady Mastermind, so that's fine. 40
Yeah, if
feels
he was
right.
40 points, I think you justify it because it's well, the reason why he's so low points is because of that trait. Uh, it's cool that you generate the 3 plant markers because there's you have the man thing, you have the poison ivy, legacy krakoa coming up as well
right.
tomorrow.
This is the
Or
first set where you get like a heavy booster and sealed, and you're like, "Fuck, it's Panda Pools," right? Like,
Yes.
it might, yes, right?
yeah,
Like, God
that's
damn it, this is heavier than the other booster, or they're both heavy and
but
non-screen.
the
I have
character
two
is
Panda
cool.
Pools.
It's just
If
yeah,
this is
see,
your
But
rare, you're not happy about it.
but the next guy I think also is heavy or might be heavy in the booster, so that is like if you're pulling this guy, you're probably not too upset. Um, the next one is the 043A side Colossus. So he's 100
Mhm.
points. He's Acolytes, Excalibur, X-Force, X-Men armor. He's got a trait and a special defense power. His trait is Colossus and adjacent friendly characters that share a keyword with him can reduce pen damage and can't have their combat abilities modified by opposing effects. Pretty solid. And then his defense power is defend, invuln, protected outwit, and pulse wave. So he just can't be pulse waved, which is awesome as far as the like his like you're not doing damage to him via pulse wave unless you have precision strike. So I think that's cool. And then he destroys blocking terrain for movement. He's charge, super strength the first 3 clicks, and then he's charge quake the last 4, and then he alternates empower and close combat expert on his damage power, and he has got that defense power his whole dial. So um, this is pretty good like base Colossus. Like he's a lot of points, but
It feels like
but
a
he's doing a lot.
Colossus. Yeah, exactly. 100
Yeah,
points is a
reducing
ton, but
penetrating damage and not being able to have their combat values modified, as well
yeah.
as giving out defend.
Oh yeah,
Like that's a point piece. That's what you want. He's an attacker and a support piece. Yeah, that's 100% Colossus. I really like this Colossus.
yeah. He's definitely good in sealed. I definitely know he's not good enough in modern, but he might be okay for pulp. Maybe I'm not really sure.
for
I
pulp,
just
that's not bad. 19
no,
defend, protected
No,
outwit,
no.
pulse wave.
19 defend is very reasonable in pulp, especially. Invuln gets murdered in modern, so
Yeah,
nobody
well,
cares
no, but
about
his is
that.
better, right? Because he's got reduced pen damage, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's at
it's
least a
pretty much
little.
invincible.
Yeah, he's at least a bit tankier. Granted, yeah, he's susceptible to outwit just like a lot of other figures, but I mean that's how it goes. I don't hate this Colossus. Is he like
I
meta?
think he could have been the best Colossus we've gotten in years. He could have been.
I still feel like he is. The only problem is his prime. That's it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the prime,
Miles, you want
well,
to take us
well,
into?
take it away, Miles.
Yeah.
the best prime in the set, Prime Colossus.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna contend on you with that, but that's by choice.
Oh yeah, this is clearly personal preference.
Let's have a fight. This is 25 minutes of the podcast right here because I have questions about this piece. So go ahead, Miles.
Oh, he's so good.
Okay, well, yeah, 43Bs, 80 points or 60 points. You never play him at 60.
No.
No, you play him at
Is
8.
This is Shadow King taking over for him, which is from one issue. I forgot the exact issue from, but I believe it's part 5 of the Muir Island saga, where Shadow King was taking over a lot of the X-Men. He's not golden. He's actually supposed to be glowing because he destroyed a car. So his his organic steel is actually like molten hot currently. He has mind control, and when Colossus uses it after resolutions, you deal a hit character damage equal to Colossus's printed damage value. His other trait: opposing characters can't use safeguard mind control, including from Battle Fury. Unstoppable, untiring, impervious. Colossus can reduce penetrating damage. He's 80 points. He's 12, 12,
20.
25. Yeah, with a special defense power through his entire dial. Battle Fury's entire dial, Charge through his entire dial, and Super Strength through his entire dial. Dude's hitting
So
like a
he's,
train.
yeah, I mean, his trait gets through stop clicks, gets through a lot of stuff because you're just after resolutions dealing damage. It's not from the attack, so there's.
And it stacks with the tarot card.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
20
being able to
printed
do
defense.
The reason why he's so good, I think, is because you can't use Safeguard Mind Control.
So
Since it's so you can't use Safeguard Mind Control, it doesn't say can't use Battle Fury. That means it does get around the Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Because you're still able to use Battle Fury, you just can't use the Safeguard Mind Control.
Exactly.
Which is huge. So
Mind control an opposing Kong.
Yeah.
I have
And
very,
it's not just that, though.
very rarely
Those
seen a
characters
printed
can't use
20
it.
defense.
So if you have a friendly character with Mind Control, they can also Mind Control Kong. So that's where you're going to be able to benefit with him having 0 range.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
High range.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, let's for instance say you want Butterfly to bring in, I don't know, let's say Legacy Hawkeye with 10 range 2 targets. He now has Mind Control. So he's useful. And yeah, just especially if they're playing against 2 Kongs, you Mind Control both those Kongs and they just wipe the opposing team out.
Yeah, I think this guy definitely sees play.
So how do you beat this guy?
You just hope you hit high over and over again.
Yeah,
they miss their impervious.
And sealed. I think he's a lot easier to deal with in sealed than constructed. But yeah, that's the whole thing, is that you have to be able to hit him first.
But he's only 80 points. So what are you going to do? Try to waste a bunch of attacks on a 20 defense, hoping you hit? So yeah.
Yeah, but he also counters himself, which is interesting.
Yeah, he's a silver bullet to himself, yeah.
But it is your prime slot.
Mm-hmm.
If 2 people are playing Prime Colossus and have to fight each other.
Yeah, he's hitting the table most of the time, so then what? So kill him. Right? Like, that's my question. How do you kill this guy?
Play him because he doesn't have the keywords that everyone thinks are good.
No, but I
like
him
you're not going to see him as much as you should.
No,
he's
but
not
I like
like
him
Spider-Man, who has more applicable team abilities.
He has some keywords that work, but not that many.
No one likes playing Ruler Armor. That's not Monster Cosmic.
Oh, I like Ruler, so I
enjoy Ruler as well.
They keep sneaking armor in there too, though.
Yeah, Ruler's absolutely playable.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not looked at by a lot of people, so you see it wiped under the rug. Ruler's one of my personal favorite keywords, so has Aquaman on it. How can I not like it?
So I still have not heard a reasonable way of killing him.
You just hope you hit, and then he misses his impervious just over and over again.
It's still just impervious, so like yes, it can reduce pen damage, but you're still doing like if you're hitting him for 4, he's still taking 2 each time. You know what I mean? Like so, it's still just regular old impervious.
This guy, in my opinion, and I understand Emperor Gladiator was a different piece. This guy is more oppressive in a lot of ways than Emperor Gladiator. The only thing is really his mind control is essentially 4 most of the time, right? So you can outrange him. But now that the range has gotten smaller, he's still mind controlling parts of your team pretty regularly and doing damage. So he's just like I don't see where you attack with him. I just think you mind control.
Oh, always. Just because you deal the damage
is
after.
Extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage is extra. So who cares? So I think
time you don't mind control with him is probably
end of the game
when you're going against like the last figure.
Yeah.
But then again, you can still just mind control them, especially if they don't have moving attacks. Charge them, mind control them, and get away. Yeah.
I think for me, this is another figure that I would like put the Billy Clubs on. Just give him multiple targets to be like, all right, I'm gonna hit both of you, and then I'm gonna see if I want to spread damage out or not.
Yeah.
And I don't know why 20 feels worse than 19, because 19 is still so good. But 20 printed feels pretty oppressive, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you would ever play him at 60 points. If you go, well, because I didn't have 80, you find a way to get those extra 20 points.
You want those extra 20 points from what you're getting.
Or that's not the team for him.
There's nothing that is worth playing him at 60 on your team.
And he's 80 points. Just play non-theme. Who cares?
No, this is the best Colossus I think we've ever had, and I'm pretty sure I'm right there.
Yeah, it's not the true Colossus. That's the only reason I was like, yes, it is like him, right? But it's Shadow King behind it, so
yeah. Saddle up for that this is my prime for the next 2 years, boys, because I don't think there's anything else coming out that's better than him at 80 points.
No, we'll be talking about him a lot in the future, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's
think
nothing.
he's broken. I don't think he's broken at all.
No,
He's just extremely good and undercosted.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he's like unbeatable, right? Like again, like he's very good, but I think if he dies from like a lot of attack, right? Because he
look
doesn't
what
have any
Prime Spidey does for 80 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I think Prime Spidey's like a good example of something that can beat him because Spidey makes enough attacks that you could just blow through his top dial and get him down to 60, and then he's not nearly as impressive.
Right.
Yeah, you're banking
Man.
on your impervious rolls at that point.
That's what I mean. And Spidey makes enough attacks where you probably might miss. So
I don't know. Like, I feel pretty good about impervious that reduces penetrating damage and those numbers. Like, the numbers, so you're 20, 19, 19, 18, 18. So you're
Well, with
4
Ruler,
clicks
he's
in
doing
before
like
you get to something reasonable.
Well,
So,
Jennifer Kale now they can't modify their stuff, so now they're hitting Colossus 11 for 20 on a 20, and you can still perplex him up.
Both Ruler and
Miles,
Armor are sneaky good. No one's talking about them, though.
I never hit 11 on a 20. That caused me to roll a 9, so that's a miss. So
what were we saying, Ryan?
That Armor and Ruler are like sneaky good keywords that just nobody's playing right now, but there's so much stuff on them.
Oh yeah, like I saw Ruler and I was like, oh okay, there's plenty of stuff on here that I could throw on with him, and like King of Hell Ghost Rider.
And honestly, there's Armor Ruler might be worth running, especially with Mern, because he has neither one of those keywords.
Exactly. And not a lot of characters also share keywords with Mern that are Armor. I mean, there are some, but you can get off of characters that don't have.
Yeah, so like Colossus,
Mern's
that Mern doesn't answer Colossus, so Colossus answers Mern, which is great.
Yeah. Well, we got three pieces left, so let's go to Cyclops. Pete?
No, I mean, like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to Cyclops here in a second, but I really I don't feel like if we're getting down to answering Mern, Colossus, and something else, is that really good?
Well, it's just a bonus. Colossus is good with or without Mern being a factor. Yeah, he's just a great piece, and the fact that he's going to counter a piece that we're probably going to be seeing for the next 2 years, that's just better.
Exactly.
I think Colossus is great. I think he does, wow, impressive.
Now, while Colossus is great, yes, tell us what you think about Cyclops.
He's not as great as Colossus, but he's better than Lady Mastermind. Champions, fair. X Factor, X-Men, Pilot, Vehicle, 044, Crash the Blackbird enough you learn to fix things, support is free, but you can only target people with the robot or vehicle keyword, which I don't know what the vehicle keyword does, but I'm assuming something's coming. When Cyclops uses support is free, the chosen character can use ESD until your next turn. And then smooth moves, sidestep, force blast, he blows through blocking, and he's 60 points for 7 clicks, 7, 11, 17, 3 with leadership, his whole dial. Then he has the really interesting stop click on 7, and says stop when this part is first revealed after resolution, shoot a direct line of fire from Cyclops. Like, can't be blocked to the edge of the map, destroy all blocking terrain along that line of fire, and then deal 2 penetrating damage to all characters along that line of fire, and KO Cyclops. Cool. Like a cool piece.
He's not Colossus.
He's not Colossus. Like, I don't know, he's fun.
He's a fun Cyclops. He has a bomber jacket, which is cool. I just wish he unzipped it, so he was showing off a little bit more.
Abs.
Yeah.
Showing his abs, Scott.
I mean, it's always good when you get a V-neck into the picture.
No, for sure.
Daniel.
And, I'm pretty sure Dan did the pose for this.
Yeah.
Pretty close. I think I like the LE. They showed this one. I was excited for him, and then they
Yeah.
showed the LE, and the LE looks a little bit cooler.
That
What
was
he can
the,
do.
that was the thing. Was this one was
So-
overshadowed by the LE?
Like within a
100%.
week. I think it was like, what, 2 days maybe?
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So still neat
I'm
though.
so pissed that you gave me this piece after the most meta piece in the set to talk about it. Like,
Well,
this
you don't understand how Colossus works, so Miles needed to talk about him. So I was hoping you would understand how Cyclops works, but you were confused about the vehicle keyword. So I guess I failed on that too.
No, I understand the vehicle keyword. What has the vehicle keyword?
Literally like a third of the things in Wheels of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's accurate.
None of it you're playing.
Orb? How about Orb?
Green.
Support Orb for free
Okay.
after he's just a damage
Sorry.
sponge.
We're
Okay.
playing. Hold on. We're playing Orb. We're playing King of Hell Ghost Rider
Yep.
and Capwolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
Wolverine
3
is
things
like
out of all
fringe.
out of
Wolverine is fringe, and there's a couple of good pilots for him in this set
wait,
as
But
well.
Wolverine might not be as fringe because you have now a bunch of X-Men support that you can throw on there with him.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now that Wolverine chase also has he themes obviously with Cyclops, but
Okay, so you just committed to playing Wolverine in July.
listen, I'm sorry that the rares are too complicated for you.
No, you just committed to it, though, is what I heard. Right,
What?
Miles? Wolverine is
No,
fringe.
he
Redmond's
got
going to take you to the next thing.
He got
I'm not-
7th. He's playing Simon Garth.
I'm not playing Simon Garth.
Yeah.
045 is Jean Grey. She has the X-Men team ability, Phoenix Force, X-Factor, X-Force, X-Men, and Cosmic keywords. She has a trait, which is breaking Xavier's restraints, mind control. When Jean Grey uses it, she may target all opposing characters within range. If she does, after resolutions, deal her 2 unavoidable damage. And then a special attack power, which is telekinesis. If Jean Grey used TK to place a friendly character this turn, she may be given a ranged terrain action as free. Seems like a complicated way to do that. She's got a 1 line, it's only 50 points. Sidestep, 8 range, 10 attack with the special attack power on the first 3 clicks, 17 barrier, and 2 enhancement. She has improved targeting adjacent to characters, 5 range, and flight. So I did get to pull her in the Rock Up event. She's definitely really cool, but it's really hard to continue to do that 2 damage and still continue to heal her. So you really have to build around her, like TKing her up. But yeah, you don't need line of fire for that TK power. So she's definitely really strong. 50 points is, I think, fine for her, but you got to just bump up that attack a little bit and be able to heal her.
Well, wouldn't that be worth it if the TK and then it's not after resolution? So what, you TK with her, then you carry her up, and then she takes the range terrain action?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep.
Jean Grey, use TK to place a friendly character. This turn, she may be given a ranged terrain action. So you still have to find like a barrier, though, right?
Or somebody has an elevated terrain or a blocking terrain.
Well, the thing is that if you're TKing somebody with her, you're probably not going to be in range to use that power anyway.
You'd TK someone with her, and then you'd have another taxi carry her up. It's very niche, and you probably won't be doing it a lot of times.
Or just another character with flight. Yeah, like I mean, there's plenty of
She's a
other,
17 defense, though. If you're playing her, it's for that mind control power, and you need to keep her as safe as possible because it's way too strong, and you're just blowing through that dial at a 17 barrier. So I don't think you use any of that stuff with her.
And then they give us the 90s sculpt for her. That's what sucks. The sculpts are all out of all over the place. Like if they were going to do the yellow and blue, go with that instead of giving us the animated series.
I've been waiting for this Jean Grey costume though for a while, so I'll definitely play her. Yeah.
You have to build around her to make her. Yeah, you have to build around her to make her work, but she's just getting eaten up.
Right.
Like any reasonable close attacker just goes right through her dial.
So yeah, you're not going to be flying her up there to throw a range terrain at somebody for 2 damage or something. So you're like in desperation mode at that point.
Yeah, but you can also build it like part of your team as an option. Like if you have like the Anchor or something that does like 4 damage or something, that's where it becomes viable and maybe not saying it's good. It's just something different that she does that no one else does.
Yeah, it's unique.
All right, so our last piece of the CUR is Mime Pool. So he has 40 points. He has a trait and a special defense power. Special defense powers on the first 3 clicks. His entire dial is black and white, so that's kind of cool. The trait is power. Once per game, choose an equipment on your sideline and equip it to Mime Pool. Interesting. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I forgot to mention his keywords are Deadpool Core, Weapon X, Assassin, and Cosmic. He's also a unique, so you can only play one of him. And then his damage or his defense power, which appears on clicks 1 through 3, is Barrier. When Mimepool uses it, he may generate a single non-standard terrain marker of 0 points instead of any other terrain markers. So that's kind of interesting because you can generate like some of the other like weird stuff, right? I think
you can literally generate lava under teams.
Yeah.
This guy's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but he's not like meta or anything. It's a very like unique interaction, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That mean you can generate that big elevated thing and then pull it out from under people if it's the right team. It's only 40 points and you can equip something from your sideline. He's if you build around him specifically, or not necessarily specifically, but concentrate on him.
Not only 10 points, it's any.
Yeah, you can. So you can. I'm gonna put the 30-point gauntlet on him just because.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you just give him more support powers.
We have that 20-point trophy that is.
The trophy.
So he's a better Jamie Braddock?
No. Jamie's still better.
No, Jamie Braddock is not better.
Points.
Well, you're talking Monarch. Monarch is like as far as like manipulating terrain, Monarch is better.
You would play Monarch over Mimepool?
Oh, definitely for his leadership and everything else. Yes, I would.
I couldn't. No, there's no way I'd play Monarch over Mimepool.
No,
Mimepool offers way too much versatility.
Okay, I guess for a piece that can pull like a token off of anyone anywhere on the map with turret as long as they're like in the corresponding terrain, I would on top of his like terrain manipulation. I think this is pretty good, but okay.
You're just generating pools of lava under people, or you can generate that bug thing. Any of the Kong terrain you can generate for your team. This guy's way better.
Yeah, I like him being able to generate all these terrain. The multiple elevated's good. The twisted metal, the machine, those are extremely.
I guess, but he's not doing it for free. So I guess that's my point. You're not like being able to walk up there and then do it for free.
No, but you can still like 2K it up, or I don't know. I like him.
I mean, I
think he's 40. I think he's 40 quick points. That's what I think. But I mean, there's people that do a lot more terrain stuff that I don't bother to really think about. So
no, it's just that what he does is completely different because you can generate anything. It's like putting lava under people. Getting more
I think whoever made him put a lot of thought into him, like clearly, but it's never a piece I'm playing. I'm glad he's unique because I think there's probably something there if there's multiples, but
I
don't know.
Three lava pools every turn.
Yeah.
Suddenly, hey, you're eating 3 penetrating damage. Like, oh, okay, cool.
And he's still not a great Deadpool. So
nope.
We've established that in the set.
Yeah, we've only had one great Deadpool, and that's Sheriff.
All right, well, pre-releases start Wednesday, June 12th, and then the set should be releasing on Wednesday, June 26th. And then we do have an update for our July event, Clixmania. We now have a pricing structure and a cost. So for July 3rd, or the July 20th event, which is the Saturday, this is the 300 Modern event. It has a 9 a.m. registration time and 9:45 start time. Cost is $30. If you stay through all the rounds of Swiss, everyone gets a HeroClix broadsword construct for participation. And then these are all cumulative for the top slots. So top 8 is going to get the new Iceman LE and a Venom God of Symbiotes. Top 4 will get those and King Arthur. Top 2 will get all of that, and then the Old King Thor, and then first place will get a Deadpool Weapon X retail chase booster in addition to all the other stuff that the rest of the top slots are getting. And then Sunday's event, which is July 21st, this is the 400 Silver 2v2 theme event. It also has a 9 a.m. registration time, 9:45 start time. This one is 45 for the team. And then if you stay through, again, all rounds of Swiss, then everyone that does that will get a broadsword construct for participation. And then all of these prizes that come for the top slots are 2, 1 for each player on a team. The top 4 of this is going to get the Venom Goddess Symbiotes and Rainbow Superman. Top 2 teams are going to get Iceman, King Arthur, and Old King Thor. And then first place, one player, damn it. Each player will get a Deadpool Weapon X retail chase booster. And then we did decide we will have BRs running throughout the event. We can run 5 per day. BRs are going to be $15 running with the Deadpool Weapon X set. And then on Sunday, we're going to reward a fellowship prize for the weekend, and that is going to be a Deadpool Weapon X retail chase booster and a Kong Iconics. We do have a event cap for this one. So currently it's 32 players for Saturday and then 16 teams on Sunday. So again, 32 people. And so we are going to have people pre-register just so that we know that that's going to get filled. There's always the chance that if we fill it out fast enough, we'll be able to expand the slots a little bit. So once that goes live, we'll let people know so they can kind of claim their spots. So this is it's going to come up faster than I think we think. It's already June 4th, and this is the third week of July. So that's probably about it, though. Any final thoughts out of you guys?
Yeah, so it sounds like the worst thing I'm getting is 2 broadsword constructs and some BRs.
That's pretty
I still
good.
need a partner. Slide into those DMs because Miles has not confirmed his flight, and Nick Blue never responded to me, so I still need a partner. So, Clix community, if you want to come out and not win anything, but have a good time and drink some reasonable beers, I'm here for you.
Pete's your guy.
And let's do
You
that.
win something. You win Pete's heart.
Man,
That's the
if
most
I,
important thing.
if I was not judging Pete, I'd partner with you.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Nobody else here is offering that.
I am, but I said I can't make 100% confirmation. I have to wait, and then it sounds like the payroll isn't working at my work, so it's like I gotta wait for my checks. I'm not a happy camper right now. Okay,
Miles, listen.
I'd like to get my flight out.
If whenever you're coming, it's like Wonder Twin powers activate. Like there's nobody else that can get between you and I. But if not, I gotta find a side piece. I need a side piece.
Austin,
the boys, the DMs are open.
Okay. Austin said he's still going and he needed a partner. So
yeah. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's super awesome. And come hang out in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Those are my final thoughts. Anybody else? Lady Mastermind still sucks a giant bag of dick.
All right, well, next week we're going to continue our Deadpool Weapon X set review just in time for pre-releases with the rest of the set. So we'll start with the super rares and do the rest of that. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you then.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya! Click it!